There's Mezco's 112 Spider-Man promo art, and there's my art.
Oh.
So what you're saying is it's really crazy that they would come up with a scene where the Green Goblin was chasing Spider-Man through New York City with some bombs
in the sky.
In the sky.
It looks like they fucking flipped it. If they flip it, yeah, but Spider-Man's upside down. It's just, I don't know, with fireballs like that. It's just,
because Spider-Man's never been upside down, right?
Whatever. Yeah. Next trailer.
Blackout Shout! Ow!
Welcome. You have now tuned in to the Blackout and Shout podcast with your host, Mike Kincaid.
Can I tell you that Baby Yoda just annoys the shit out of me?
That's because you haven't watched The Mandalorian.
Oh, look at Baby Yoda, so cute.
Levy Curry.
Some people do all sorts of crazy stuff, like dinosaur romance novels. Those are really a thing. Taken by the T-Rex. A billionaire dinosaur forced me, having ravaged by the raptors.
I wonder if there's audiobooks of them.
And Jed Vargo.
He was always like well known for wearing the Nazi outfit on.
Captain Kangaroo?
Captain Kangaroo.
Didn't he have the...
No. And he did not dress up as a Nazi either.
So sit back. Mike, are you... Listen. Relax. Say transform and roll out. And enjoy the show. So, welcome everyone to episode 139 of the Blackout and Shout show. How's everybody doing out there in podcast land?
Good.
To my virtual diagonal, the one and only creator of the one and only Chuck Norris perfect piece of artwork ever made, Mr. Mike, internet celebrity Kincaid. Let's give a round of applause for Mike Kincaid, everybody. Mike Kincaid. How are you doing this evening, Michael?
I'm doing all right. I'm chilling. Busy weekend ahead.
You don't buy the Chuck Norris t-shirt. The Chuck Norris t-shirt buys you.
That's right.
Right. He gives you $20. It's
nothing crazy.
You don't pay Mike, you pay Chuck Norris.
And to the other right side, down, left, and up, BA start, Mr. Levy Curry. Levy Curry, everybody. Round of applause, Levy Curry. How you evening, Mr. Levy Curry?
Yo, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm good. No edibles this week.
I did.
No?
In case you couldn't tell.
Let's start with you, Levy.
Oh, what did I get? I got some stuff. I got Marvel Legends Hydra Stomper and Captain Carter. I got my NECA Goliath and my Where's Waldo figure. I got my Where's Waldo figure. So he is now hidden on a shelf somewhere, waiting for someone to find him. No shout outs, no plugs. Yeah. I don't know why you keep asking me. So yeah, that's about it.
Mike.
I don't have any plugs outside of just a lot of band stuff going on, and now softball spring training is also underway, so I've been doing some hitting, playing some music. It's basically all I've been doing. Shout outs and a haul can kind of go together. I didn't get a whole hell of a lot this week. I got but I did get that diorama from Chris Bishop for my Flyers custom that Jason did for me, and it came out pretty awesome. You guys saw the pics of it already, but I actually got my hands on it this weekend, or last weekend I should say. So I went down and took pictures of Chris's collection, and his collection is really fucking cool, man. Hopefully the pictures did it justice, but it never really does unless you're like standing in front of it. But he's got like a really cool setup there, and that was a good hang too, man. Chris, it was like, I mean, I've talked to Chris before and hung out with him a little bit, but like that was the first time I hung out with him for a whole day and just chilled out and bullshitted and shit like that, and it was a good time, man. So
Cool.
And what else did I get? I got Skywarp wing filler kit from my very own Jed Vargo in trade for a Detolf wall. So that was cool. I got all these upgrade kits coming and no robots to put them on because my Black Zarak upgrade kit is coming from Chosen Prime like tomorrow. But I don't have Black Zarak is not in stock yet, so I'm just put that up on the shelf, I guess.
By itself.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. The wing filler kit and the diorama from Chris. So you can see that I did some pics and video and put it up on the Reflector Files. And if you want to check out Chris's page, it is a limited number of wives customs, and he's got all kinds of. He does dioramas and a lot of custom action figures too. So. Awesome. Yeah, that was cool. And that was actually what made his collection pretty unique, is that he had a heavy amount of custom stuff in there. It was like, all right, this character doesn't exist, so we're just going to make them. He had MP Straxus and MP Alpha Trion and MP Dion and all these crazy figures or whatever that like aren't out yet. So that was kind of cool. It was kind of cool to see all the different stuff that he had down there. But yeah, that's all I got for the moment. Oh, and also, we were all terrible significant others, by the way. The last show was the day before Valentine's Day, and nobody said anything. So I'll say it 2 weeks late. Happy Valentine's Day to Vanessa and the other 2 ladies that might listen to this show. And that's it. That's all I got. What about you, Jed?
Did you do anything special for Valentine's Day?
Yeah, I went to the ER. I had a goddamn headache for 7 days straight, dude. It was weird, man. Like, I've had cluster headaches before, and those are a bitch. And this was kind of like that, but it was in a different spot on my head. It was like right on the top of my head. And like every 30 to 60 seconds, it would just feel like somebody was tattooing my skull for like 4 or 5 seconds. And it got so intense that I ended up going to the fucking ER on Sunday. That Sunday. I know Valentine's Day was Monday, but we were planning on doing something for Sunday. We ended up not doing shit. But we're making up for it. We're going out this Sunday. We're going back up to that goth restaurant in Scranton.
How did that go, by the way? The first
it was good, man. It was cool. It was a cool spot. Every goddamn thing in there was black and red, and it was lit perfect. And it just everything. It looked like, it was a little jealousy when I left, because I'm like, I want the first floor of our house to look like this place, which it might one day. But yeah, it was cool, man. And the food was pretty good. I ate some chocolate. Some dessert. I can't remember exactly what was on it, but I remember it involved chocolate and fried crickets.
Ugh.
So I did eat a couple crickets just because, getting older, man. I'm into trying some new things before I check out. And
no,
fried crickets were on the list.
Ew. No.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, if I wouldn't have known what they were, and somebody just said it was, told me something else that was edible that I would usually eat, I wouldn't have really suspected crickets. Other than that, they look like crickets. They're like fossilized crickets stuck to these like chocolate balls and shit. But yeah. So anyway, that restaurant was pretty good, man. So we're gonna and you know what? We were actually supposed to go there on Valentine's Day, and then they canceled our reservation. Like, I can't remember if it was that morning or maybe the night before. They were just closing that day instead of being open, and we already had reservations. So Vanessa, I guess, called up and kind of bitched a little bit and Karen'd her way into us getting a free Valentine's Day dinner on Sunday. So that kicks ass.
That's weird that a place that serves food would close on Valentine's Day. That's like one of the busiest times of the year. Yeah,
and you know what? Our reservations were for like 2:30. Like, we couldn't even go for dinner. We had to go. It was they closed at like 5 or something like that. So that's why reservations were for 2:30. But yeah, I'm not really sure what the story was behind why they decided to close early or not open at all that day. But all I know is that I'm gonna get extra crickets on Sunday because they're on the house.
I was gonna say the chef must have got sick eating too many crickets or something.
Too many crickets, yeah. Like,
Man.
It made me wonder, like, what it looks like back there. Do they get the crickets like dead and ready for frying, or is there basically like a fish tank full of crickets back there? And then we order the dessert, and it's like, he
Get it from the
looks at
dumpster.
the fish tank and goes, "You guys, it's your time."
I would say they get it from the pet store down the street.
Right. Yeah.
Honestly, Mike, I've had crickets before.
Ugh.
Yeah. And in what context? Like, what were they part of? Or did you just eat the cricket themselves? Like, was it chocolate covered? Like, what was,
No, it was spicy.
Spicy crickets.
Yeah. Yeah, April's dad got me a vial of them for Christmas last year or the year before.
Vial.
Year before,
Yeah.
I think.
Are you sure you were
And,
supposed to eat them? Are you sure they were in like actually like a display thing, like one of them
Decoration?
oddity pops? Yeah.
No, they were meant to be eaten.
They were decorative
So
crickets, not edible.
No, I tried one and it was pretty fucking gross. So I'm like, yeah, no more, thank you.
It was gross because you knew it was a cricket, or was it gross because it actually tasted gross?
It felt gross in my mouth.
I don't know. I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to sneak you a cricket one day and not tell you that it's a cricket, or put the cricket in something, because like I really tried to separate my mind from the thought of this is a cricket to I'm just gonna put this in my mouth and see what happens. But I guess if their legs, if they like died in a way and got fried in a way where their legs were kind of like sticking out, it would be kind of weird, because you'd feel all them little like legs.
No, these didn't have legs.
Okay.
I don't think they did.
Legless crickets.
They were legless crickets.
Yeah.
So basically they got tortured first and then put in the vial.
That's the best tasting, insects is when they're tortured first, right?
When they're tortured. Yeah.
You're capturing
the torture gives them flavor.
You're capturing the fear.
It's like
fear is cooked right
it's like
into the meat.
Pennywise. It's like Pennywise.
Were you guys did you feel like you're in Temple of Doom, just sitting there fucking waiting for the monkey brains to come out next, or what?
Yeah, because they brought everything out. Like, well, we didn't order, it wasn't like you got entrees. I guess we probably could have. I can't really remember what the menu looked like, but we got like plates of stuff and shared it all. There was like plate of like these meats. There was this one where there was like the sausage wrapped in bacon with some kind of crazy ass. Oh, it was so good.
Oh, look, snake surprise.
Yeah. But yeah, they came out on like skull plates and shit. It was definitely, it was like goth Indiana Jones kind of feel to it a little bit, I guess, when we were eating, which I was into. Yeah.
What's the surprise?
And you know what? I was the definitely the weirdest looking dude in there, because like nobody else went for the whole guy. Like, we were going to a goth restaurant, so I like, gothed out and put the mesh shirt on and painted my nails and like put eyeliner on and shit. And all these
like
other pussies.
You're like the guy at Best Buy wearing a blue polo. Like, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Do you work here?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I definitely could have.
So we're like at a table for 3.
Yeah. Me, my girlfriend, and my penis.
You're like, this is what I wear to Hot Topics.
This guy's having trouble talking tonight, man.
Yeah, he sounds like he's 3 sheets in the wind.
The polio at Hot Topics.
Oh, you guys didn't hear me well? I'm sorry. I was
No,
here's my internet.
Fucking up your words, dude.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, dude, I'm like 3 hours of sleep, so that's probably why I'm slurring.
You said Hot Topics.
Did I say it? Wow, hot topic. Wow. When was it? I was talking.
Just wait till the Japanese name comes up. It's going to be epic tonight.
Oh yeah. So anyway, now I'm just tired. Yeah. Go fuck yourself. You ate crickets. So did you, Levy. So shut the fuck up.
Just real. Wow. We can survive out in the wild, Jed. We're just real men.
Hey, if
surviving out in
I'm
the wild.
starving, I'm gonna fucking eat anything that's edible out there. I don't give a shit if it's fucking living or not.
I'll eat people. I'm waiting for the apocalypse so I can eat people.
I'll eat the people that are trying to me. You know, that's how hungry I'll be. But
Jed
The
will
only
eat.
thing that's
Jed will-
stopping me, the only thing that's
Jed will
stopping
eat
me from
Lori.
eating people.
like Jed eat Lori, and then like 2 hours later he farts, and it's like, Jed.
But I'm not going to go to some restaurant, pay money to fucking eat an insect when I could just go get one for free out the back door. You know?
Yeah, but would it be fried though?
Super fresh.
Would it be fried on a on a ball of chocolate?
Those are free range crickets.
Organic.
Come here, you fuck. Just outside with a fork, running around in the grass, and a bottle of Hershey syrup. Anyway, so Levy, what'd you do for Valentine's Day?
April and I stayed home. We had a stay-at-home date.
Oh,
So, yeah.
those are always good.
I made dinner and we just stayed home and watched a movie. We watched Will You Marry Me, starring Jennifer Lopez and Owen Wilson.
Lori wanted me to get that for her, so I got it, and I didn't watch it with her. Luckily,
You're a terrible husband.
Luckily, I got out of that one. I got my daughter to watch it with her. I'm like, Jess, you go watch it with her.
You're a
And I didn't wanna
terrible
watch it.
husband.
That's like a very terrible movie.
It was.
Yes.
Actually, it was kind of cute. It was cute. It was entertaining.
All I know is
It's your typical rom-com shit, but
I saw like 4 just to check the file, make sure it was that movie, and I saw Owen Wilson with about maybe 45 pounds of freaking makeup on. I was like, "Eesh, what are they doing?"
You
to this
watched
poor
that?
guy?
Wait, you're talking about that movie with him and J-Lo?
yeah.
Who watched that?
Levy,
Wait, which one of you said did you watch that? Levy did?
Yeah.
come on, Mike.
April
Come on,
wanted
Mike.
to watch it.
Out of the
On
two of
Valentine's
us,
Day, what
which
are they
one
gonna
would
do?
watch
No?
it more, him or me?
All right, I'll give you a pass for April wanting to watch it. That's okay.
I wouldn't have watched that movie on my own.
Well, I'm not saying you would have watched it on your own, but I just wanted to make sure it wasn't one of those things like where you and April were sitting down on the couch and you're like, "Hey, April, let's watch this fucking."
Oh, she wanted to watch it.
Okay, all
And
right.
like I said,
all right.
it was a cute movie. It was a typical fucking rom-com shit, but
Yeah.
not something I would watch of my own accord.
Everybody out there, every time you hear the word "cute" mentioned on the show, dip your balls in douche.
I mean, it's not Vampire Diaries. I mean,
Yeah, it could be though.
Big Vampire Diaries look like some sort of
Vampire
level
Diaries
of
is actually
violence
good.
like you've never seen before.
What is J-Lo, like 60 now? Owen Wilson's like
dude, she
57.
looks fucking still.
Yeah, J-Lo
amazing.
looks good, and for whatever
Dude,
age she is.
I'd hit that when she's 80, dude.
Well,
Oh, Helen Mirren gonna be mad.
yeah, I was gonna say.
How old is J-Lo? J-Lo is 52. Good for J-Lo. She does look good.
Yeah,
How old is Owen Wilson?
How old is Owen Wilson? Is 53.
Wow.
Wow, J-Lo. You want to do a movie together?
He's John Baileying us right now, Levy.
Yeah. Just make sure we put a lot of makeup on. Fucking.
I don't know. I wore eyeliner and black fingernail polish, and I won't even watch that movie.
You overdressed.
Yeah, you don't get to give me shit after you put on black eyeliner, dude.
We just did the what was Valentine's Day was on Monday, right? We went to Italian restaurant type of thing for like lunch while the kids were at school. It had some good food. And that was it. Came home and she asked me to watch that movie and I downloaded it for her and that's it.
Oh, wow.
All done. Yeah. Wow.
Your gift, your Valentine's Day gift, baby, is the gift of Jedflix.
That's right.
Minus the Jed. It's just flicks.
You're an old romantic at heart, Jed. Wow.
I am.
That's amazing.
I am. I said, let's Jetflix and get the fuck out of my face.
She got her a gift card to Lowe's.
Fuck, man.
Oh shit.
Tractor Supply, $100 gift card to Tractor Supply.
Tractor Supply. Get some chicken feed.
Get some lawnmower parts.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's an adapter kit where you could attach the lawnmower to the treadmill. Oh shit. Anyway.
No, but the clothes did move. She's been using the bike and the what's that thing called again that I got off you? Elliptical. And the elliptical.
Oh yeah.
Past few days.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah.
Are you using it at all?
Am I? No, I don't need to use it right now. Not yet. Soon.
You should when she goes on it, you should put the baseball cap on and scream at her like that dude. Who was that guy? Tony Little. Remember?
Tony Little. When he was on
he's like
the Gazelle. Yeah. When he's like
Gazelle
doing mock L commercial, he's like
right. And he's talking like he's standing still.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. That's what you should do. You shouldn't give her loud motivational speeches.
Just like have a big like megaphone there. Go run.
You should rig it like if it has a little screen on there, like the feed comes right from your cell phone, which is sitting in front of you while you're sitting on the couch eating ice cream. Man. Well, beat that into the ground. What's next, Jed? What else you got?
I got some Storm collectible Golden Axe skeletons this week. And Bluefin had a thing where if you purchase a figure or whatever, that you get a free Gears of War 5. The hell's that character's name? That check Kat Diaz or something like that. Kate Diaz for free. So I got that. Fuck you, John Bailey. And that's all I really got. Didn't really haul. Oh, I did get it. I'm gonna get my Hot Toys Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The classic suit.
Oh, on that note, Jed, when you Googled G.G. Allen, what was the first image that came up for you?
It was some weird looking dude with his head down near the floor like he was eating something. And I was like, okay. And then I went to the wiki right away.
Yeah.
Just like, okay. Yeah. Known for his public displays of like, I forget what word they used. Some big boy word that I didn't know the definition of erotomy or something like that. You know, gross exhibitions and stuff. So,
yep. All in the name of punk rock.
Yeah. Is that punk rock though? Or is that just being an asshole?
Well, yeah, basically. Yeah. Like, you know, listen, if your stage show consists of you shitting on the floor and then rubbing yourself with it afterwards and stuff, like maybe your music's just not good enough because like, you know,
What were we talking about?
G.G. Allen. He said that he wanted to put this Spider-Man that he just got with his G.G., like his Green Goblin, and I said, I said, oh, you got a G.G. Allen action figure, which I'm sure at least a couple people Googled him. But did you know about him at all, Levy?
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, you should Google him.
Well, I'm hearing about like rubbing shit on yourself, so no, I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
Is he German? Was he English?
I'm not sure.
Because the Germans were into that stuff back then.
Well, yeah, but it was it's probably
true.
German because if he was British, he would have been rubbing shite on himself and not.
I'd like to apologize to all of our German listeners.
Du hast.
The opinions of individual members does not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Blackout Shout podcast.
You know what? We're so typical American though, because like you just said to do Haas thing. Like I just got done like on a post or whatever, going back and forth with Tim Kaine. I had to hit him with a Du Hast, and he's like, "Dude, I don't even like Rammstein." But I told him that Du Hast, when you're talking to a German, Du Hast is kind of like the Bob Grana Weep Ninny Bong. You know what I mean? It's the universal greeting for your German friends.
Yeah, I learned all my German from like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
That's it.
it's basically just English with a German accent.
They like porn with shit in it and burning books.
Oh my God.
And conquering other countries. Right?
Jesus.
They do catch a bad rap in movies more often than not, you know.
There used to be a wall.
You just got us banned in Germany. Thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there used to be a wall, now there isn't. So there was West and East, and now there's just Germany. But I mean, what else is there to Germany?
Oh, they did give us Hofbrauhaus.
I was gonna say, Levy, give me something else.
Beer.
Okay. So, and you
October.
Das Boot.
Wienerschnitzel.
Although I take that one of those away because they gave us sauerkraut too, and I'm not really too psyched on that much.
Sauerkraut.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to all our German friends out there.
Yeah, shout out to Germany.
After you just shit all over them.
Well,
so to speak.
That's your perception. That's your perception, Levy. You're just hating. That's all. That's all you're doing, Levy.
In Germany.
Don't paint our words. Don't paint our exact words in a weird light.
Du hast.
See.
Did I say fuck you, John Bailey? Well, if not,
yes. Fuck
you, John Bailey. That's it. Like I said, don't really have any plugs or shout outs except Hidden Toys on display. Check out hiddentoys.net or Etsy if you would like to go to Etsy and use that site for any type of superhero and robot geek nerd, pop culture art. Good prices, great artists. Check us out. There was that's it. Oh, speaking about Etsy, you know what time it is for? Do you know what time it is, Mike?
It sounds like Blackout Shout financials.
It is. Dun dun dun. I gotta get like a ticker sound. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, we got to get one. Yeah, we need a soundboard.
Yeah, like the paper ticker, like the
yeah, like on KYW.
Yeah.
My dad used to fall asleep to that shit. It was like on 11 because he couldn't hear, and I would hear that shit over in my room when I was trying to sleep. So
Etsy and Nvidia and AMC and all that stuff, all the stocks, they had a rebound yesterday. And how did you do in the market? I know you weren't moving stuff around. You were just watching your.
I'm just sitting. I'm just sitting because like quite honestly, like outside of AMC, like a few of the things that I got in like and they go down and you get fucking fried, and if you fucking panic and sell all that shit, so I'm just sitting. Yeah, it'll rebound at some point. So
I bought AMC at like what the hell was it? At 15 something it was, I think 15.20 or 15.10. I think it was and then it went up to 17. So I sold it all in like 3 hours.
Yeah,
made 2 pair. Now I see why everybody was saying about the volatility of that stock and how you could just sit back and make money on it left and right.
Yeah, you got lucky on a good day. Like since it's gone down, it hasn't been quite as volatile, but that was a pretty good volatile day, especially because
I was watching the gap on
everything was getting killed. Everything was getting killed around. Yeah, I was just gonna say everything was getting murdered in the pre-market. I looked at some of the percentages and some of the shit like on my watch list was down like 10 over like double digits percent wise, and I'm like, holy shit, man! And then they slowly crawled back.
I had a call.
I don't know.
I had a call set on that for $10 just in case it dropped all the way down to pick up like 2,000 shares of it, but it didn't. So I was just like, I'll just get it anyway. I have a feeling it's gonna pop back up. I was looking at the gap.
What's that?
Do you have a thing with
which stock are you talking about?
AMC?
Oh,
Do you have a thing where you can look at, like, on your app where you can look at like live market, like, reports, like gap reports and percent movers and, you know, shakers and all that stuff?
Yeah. Weevil has a lot of that shit. Yeah.
Because I was looking at it, I was like, wow, I'm like, that's really big. That's what I was saying to you. Oh, maybe the squeeze is going to be coming today because all the calls and puts are being, you know, all the volume that was moving on that.
Yeah,
like,
you know what? Under normal circumstances, when you're looking at like normal stocks, I would say that's usually a good indicator. But the meme stocks never really do what you expect them to do. You know, sometimes bad news comes out, the fucking thing goes up, and then other times like good news comes out and it goes down. And the options chain will tell you one thing, but it does the other thing. Like with the meme stocks, you know, it's hard to gauge that on those kind of stocks.
Oh. I gauge it pretty well.
But, yeah. Well, yeah, you got in on it. You got in on a good day, man. I bet everything went up. Everything went up in the afternoon.
I paid for my Hot Toys Spider-Man with that 1, 2, 3. Hot Toys Spider-Man for free. Thank you, AMC.
Honestly, I wish I had actually more money that I'd be willing to go in, because it's everything's so freaking low right now. Like there's just deals to be had everywhere. Levy, when AMC squeezes, I'm gonna walk to Jed's house and I'm gonna buy, you know, that thing that Sigourney Weaver fought the aliens in, that mech
Power
suit.
loader?
Yep, I'm gonna buy one of those and I'm gonna walk to Jed's house in it. And he's gonna answer the door and I'm gonna be like, surprise, motherfucker.
But my big one that I have I'm holding on to until it pops back up again is NVIDIA. I was telling you guys about that last week. That's
NVIDIA,
that's all
man.
around.
NVIDIA's it's down probably over $100 or maybe even more since its peak. That was back in maybe October or so.
The low point I think was 210 this past week. I think it was the lowest it hit. I came in at like 220. I think it was one of those stocks. It's just gonna go back up.
That's what I said, man. My one buddy's like in 300. Like I talked to my one boy who invests in shit almost every day, and it's just like, you know, we always say that, like, no matter how much the market gets crushed, if you're in a company that's a good company, you're eventually they're gonna come back. Eventually, it's not like you're betting on some fucking horseshit fly by night company. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, you're not doing a penny stock deal or anything like that.
Right.
You just buy the dip and you ride out the bad news or whatever shit it is, and then just cash in later.
Yep. Yeah.
How about you, Levy? Did you buy any stocks this week?
Oh yeah, I bought them all.
Did you? One each?
No. Levy bought chicken stock.
I heard. I thought the market tanked yesterday from
no
the situation in Ukraine, or was that just the crypto market?
I love the news because they fucking they lie. It's just flat out lies.
Absolutely, they absolutely do.
Well, was it? I heard the crypto market tanked.
No,
crypto markets been tanking for a while, but it made a little bit of a comeback. Everything was tanking in the morning. All them hit pieces you saw were probably in the morning when everything was like going down, and then when everything started coming back, they had nothing to talk about, so they didn't.
Well, I'm reading here, $200 billion was wiped out yesterday from as a direct result of the Russian invasion.
That's a lie.
I mean, I'm seeing it everywhere. I don't know, but I don't know nothing about this shit. So
it's no. But stock market doesn't care about war. They don't give a shit. They just care if it starts or stops, and so they can know where they make their money. And because of all the sanctions that they put in place, the Federal Trade Commission said, well, maybe we shouldn't raise the interest rates and stuff like that. And because we really shouldn't, put more people in straits because of the whatever quote unquote oil prices going up, which is another bullshit statement. Oil's been going up long before the fucking conflict. What are we calling that, by the way? Is it a war? Is it a conflict? Takeover? Invasion? Invasion.
Yeah.
So oil's been going up and everything since before the invasion. But it actually went down after the invasion started. So there's people that lost money were oil barons. That's it. Actually dropped. Gold went down. Oil went down. The market was in flux, and then everything popped back up like 3.5% or something like that. I think it was something ridiculous. But yeah, once the invasion started, like the market and like I said, once the whispers of the trade commissions going, oh, maybe we shouldn't raise interest rates just yet because of all the sanctions, then everybody's like, hey, time to fucking buy, and sell and shit. And that's it. But you'd be seeing shit pop up on like on my financial news. Oh, the stocks are down. People are throwing themselves windows. Everything is tanking.
That's
lies.
ridiculous. And people falling for that is why the rich people and the hedge funds and all that shit make the money, because they know not to do that. But your average.
Did you ever use the Line? The Line. Ever use the Line website?
The Line? I never even heard of that website.
Lion, RAR.
Yeah. Oh, Lion. Yeah, I never even heard of it.
Basically, it pulls news from like Twitter and like Yahoo and from Stock Geeks and like a bunch of other different places. So it kind of tracks different news sites. And when you do that and you see like you can see like all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Like people eat more or sell more because they have their options, their calls and their puts out like that. And it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it works, for a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't even pay attention to that shit.
Yeah. But a lot of people do, they follow people, a lot of followers on Twitter for some of these people and everything. They're like, but enough of Blackout and Shout for Brother Kyle this week.
Yeah. I think we've gotten him enough.
Follow us for these, Brother Kyle. Lev, you don't believe everything you read in the news.
I didn't believe it or disbelieve it. I don't follow stocks or finances or anything like that. So.
Don't believe every headline you read.
Yeah.
Do you guys move on to the news? The nerd news. So Sally Kellerman died. She was 84 years old. She was an American actress. She was Hot Lips in the MASH movie. And she was in Back to School.
Series. MASH series.
Levy? Oh, it's series?
MASH series. Yeah.
Wait, wasn't she in both?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I think maybe like only one or two actors crossed over from the movie to the series.
I thought you, but maybe I'm wrong. Once one of you guys with internet Google, because I know if I did that, I'd probably crash my connection.
Wait, what am I looking up?
Sally Kellerman. Oh, Levy's got it. She was in Back to School. You guys remember that movie, right? With Ronnie Dangerfield?
Yep.
Yeah.
Why don't you call me when you have no class? That chick. And she was in...
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You were right. She was in the MASH movie.
Thank you. And she was also in the second Star Trek. I forget what her character's name was, but she was with Kirk Pike.
Spock.
No, she was with Captain Kirk. It was the second pilot.
No, I'm saying her character's name was Spock. Her character's name was Spock.
Is it? Was it Spock? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Spock.
And something called Brewster McLeod. I have no idea what the hell that is. So, but she died of heart failure. So, the Amazing Jonathan died. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
Oh, I know who Amazing Jonathan was.
Yeah,
no, I do not.
He was funny. He was funny.
Oh man, he was in the 90s. He was the funniest comedian that I used to laugh so much when I watched his shows. He mixed in like magic and comedy, but it was just like this dry humor with the magic. It was really good.
And lots of gore.
Yeah.
His shows were bloody.
What was his assistant's name? Psychic Bambi? Is that what it was, or something like that? Maybe. Yeah.
I remember.
He used to staple like. I was gonna say he used to take a staple gun and put the playing cards on her forehead with the staple gun, like.
Yeah. I remember like he put something in her mouth one time and went to hit it with a hammer and hit her in the nose.
He had some of the funniest shit. Like you gotta catch some of his clips when you have time, but he would have like
it's not in like 140p.
Well, it is like 30 years ago that he was. Yeah, it was like on Comedy Central and probably like HBO or whatever. But yeah, he has some really funny shit. I think the one that I laughed the most was when he used to do the thing where you'd put the cloth on his hand and he'd pull it away and there'd be a bird there in his hand. And it was like this white dove and it was like moving and going cooing and stuff like that. And everybody be like, "Aw," and he'd be like, and he just starts smashing it with his fist. Yeah. Feathers would fly.
Yeah, that was a good bit.
or when he used to take the people's like 20 and he'd rip it up in front of him and he'd say he put it together with magic, and then all you hear was like the Scotch tape sound from underneath the cloth next to the microphone.
Yeah.
Is this your card?
Or like he'd just like take their 20 and just stick it in his pocket and continue with the show.
Yeah. He's like, "All right, you can sit down now." But yeah, he was 63 years old. He died peacefully in his sleep. He was diagnosed with a type of heart disease, I think maybe about 10 years ago or so. And he was doing better with losing weight and blood thinners and stuff like that. But then a few years later, he had more problems and he was forced to retire from the Las Vegas shows. And he actually did a documentary about his life. I think a book too. But I know he did. There's something on Hulu. I gotta find it and watch it. And then he took a turn for the worse, and he had to. He was basically not able to do anything. So yeah, it's kind of sad. He was 63. Funny guy. Great show. So, and Ivan Reitman died. He was 75 years old. He was actually a Czechoslovakian-born Canadian film director. Directed Ghostbusters and Meatballs and Kindergarten Cop and Twins, I think. Producer and founder of the Montecito Picture Company. But yeah, he did a bunch of stuff, classics and Ghostbusters as well. He actually did the stand-in for. Wait, did you guys see the new Ghostbusters movie, Afterlife?
I did not.
Oh, okay. Then I can't really say what he did. So, but he just,
I know what you're going to say, but
he stood in for an actor that was not there to film the scenes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if they really said what he died from or not, but probably just old age, maybe. And that's it.
There is a little news on a death that already happened, but I saw that Bob Saget, which I guess we kind of assumed. Like,
you made me choke on my soda. A death that already happened, like one that's not been planned, not executed yet.
When we already talked about, you idiot. Christ, can you go get some sleep and come back in an hour? Jesus Christ. Bob Saget.
Here first, folks. Blackout Shout's first predicted death.
Yeah, he died of a head trauma. I guess he like fell over and hit his head on like the side of the dresser or some shit in his hotel.
I heard it was the bathroom floor, but
or it might have been something like that. But then he was unconscious, and then they think that he like regained consciousness and like crawled up into the bed, and then he died. It's like, man, that sucks, man. It's a bummer.
You have to hit your head pretty hard to fucking die from it, you know? Right?
You think, but sometimes these people have accidents and shit, and they hit their head on something, and it like they're fine, and then a day later they're dead.
They said he had really severe head fractures, skull fractures that came all the way down, like, and even like the orbits of his eyes were fractured.
Oh my god! I can't even imagine. Did it trip over something, or I don't know, man.
I was gonna say that's like fucking mace or some shit.
Now they're getting hit in the head with a baseball bat. Yeah, they said that's what the equivalent was. They said that they suspect that he fell, slipped backwards, hit the back of his head on the floor.
That's the only way it could happen.
So severe that the impact actually fractured the orbits of his eyes.
Yeah, that's the only way it could happen is backwards. Because forward, like if you see your heading towards the corner of the coffee table or sink or whatever, like you're moving your head or you're getting your hands up in front or something. Like it definitely had to happen.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe they just revealed the details of the fractures and whatnot this week. Because
correct.
Yeah. So
because they didn't say anything about fractures or anything. But anyway, so trailers, yes. So since I'm kind of like a little bit more awake than what I was 10 minutes ago, The King of Fighters 15, special animated short directed by Masami Obari, who is I've had him a couple times already on the show. He is a animation director and also an animator. He the first Fatal Fury OVAs, and he did Fatal Fury the movie. He was director and animator for those. He also worked on the original Transformers G1 cartoon back in the 80s. That was the one that they originally thought that he did the initial transformation where Optimus Prime transformed into the part when he rolled down the fucking side of the bank, and they're like, "Prime, can you transform?" "I'll try." That one.
Yeah. Wait, what did he do?
But what's that?
What are you saying that he was responsible for in that scene?
He was the animator.
That slow animation sequence.
Oh, okay.
And like, you know, the animation, like when he was running on the end credits when Prime's running and he's transformed to him running, he did that too. And because they always ask him like, "Well, what happens?" They're like, "What happened to the trailer?" And he's like, "I don't know." Because they didn't tell me that, it just disappears. It just goes away.
There's your answer, people.
But he was rumored to be one of the animators or the directors of Call of the Primitives, and he wasn't. That's when we had that whole conversation about that. But anyway, so he was asked to direct this special animated short for the premiere of King of Fighters 15 that came out last week. And it's all like 2D animation, and it's awesome. And it makes me want a King of Fighters animated series even more now, in like on Netflix or something.
That's all 2D.
Yeah, most of it is.
Huh.
Like,
I mean, you don't know anymore.
I don't know about you, Mike, but I'm sure Levy saw the Fatal Fury movies. You could tell that he drew Terry like he was from the fucking late 80s, early 90s. The same like body style and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Even Mai and Andy and it's you can tell that.
You talking about this newest one?
Yeah, in this special animated short.
Oh, okay.
No, in this short that I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's just awesome. Makes like I said, makes me want an animated series, King of Fighters animated series.
Yeah, I haven't bought the game yet. I got too many other games I'm playing right now. So,
well, you can tell that it's not like this isn't the same art style as the game.
Well, no, the game is 3D models. It's not 2D animation.
Yeah, it's not like Guilty Gear.
It hasn't been for a while.
Well, I mean, it's not like Guilty Gear 3D, 2D animation type of style.
Oh, yeah. No, the only people that do that is Arc System Works.
Right.
Well, as far as fighting games go, but no, King of Fighters 15, all the characters are 3D character models. And it's been like that since King of Fighters 14, but then King of Fighters 13 and King of Fighters 12, they actually had a unique, or they had a different style where they created 3D models of the characters, and then they went in frame by frame and rotoscoped them into hand-drawn animation frames. And that looked really cool. King of Fighters 12 was hot garbage, though, but King of Fighters 13 was a really, really good game. But the animation was really good in both.
There was something I saw that was really funny. They showed Street Fighter 6 trailer. Yeah. Did you see that?
Yep.
And Ryu like he like has like this beard and he looks all fucking scruffy, and someone in the comments said, how do you say, it looks like he lost the kids in the house and he's paying support. Sorry.
Capcom actually got a little hot water with that Street Fighter 6 reveal.
Why?
Because the logo appears to have been plagiarized from a stock image.
Damn, that's
what was
dirty.
it plagiarized from?
From a stock image. I'll show you. Here, I'll send the link here. But this isn't the first time that Capcom has gotten in trouble for plagiarizing somebody. So, yeah, on the left there is the Street Fighter 6 logo. and then right next to it is that stock image. They just changed some of the angles, changed some of the thickness on the lines, but it's clearly lifted right from that.
What?
So
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, that's like blatant.
yeah. But yeah, like I said, it's not the first time Capcom's gotten in trouble for stealing assets from somebody. There's a character in the new Resident Evil game who is his upper body is an airplane, and there's a guy who made a game in 2013 who said they lifted that asset right from it, or they copied that asset right from his game. So, and they've done it with other things too. Yeah, here we are. This is another link to an article. You'll be able to see the guy. I mean, you can easily make him out because he's just a dude with the upper, basically with the head of an airplane engine, complete with propellers. It's weird, very weird shit. So, and it's such a unique design that I can't believe that they had like a parallel genesis with this thing, where like they just both independently came up with the same idea.
Oh, what the?
Yeah, you see the guy with the airplane head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's one in. Oh, so that's messed up.
Yeah.
There was something with I can't remember what it was, but Okami, I think had a watermark still on the cover of the game release.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. I heard something about that too. But yeah, so it is pretty shitty that they couldn't come up with an original logo, and that logo sucks too. The Street Fighter 6 logo itself just sucks because like none of that screams Street Fighter to me, because like
right,
the old Street Fighter logos had their own unique look, right?
The graphic artists were basically they were mailing it in there, Levy.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But like this is what the Street Fighter logo has looked like for decades.
Yeah, the new one looks like a fucking shoe logo.
Yeah.
Street Fighter sneakers.
Supreme or just trying to be trendy or trying to be like esports and shit, and it's just like whatever, dude.
Yeah.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Yeah. Certainly. Yeah,
like the original is not even a font, like the original one is somebody looked like they probably just scribbled that shit by hand and scanned it in and then like colored it.
Yeah.
The original one, which is cool, but you could tell because if you look at all like the E's, they're just not the same.
Yeah. So like the logos over the years have always had, just a unique identity.
Yeah. They went corporate, Levy.
That two-tone gradient in the letters, that's like super late 80s, early 90s design.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, that's like somebody that just learned Photoshop and was like, oh my god, you can do a gradient, and they go from like 0 to 100, 0 at the top, 100 at the bottom. That's how we're doing it.
Yeah, but I mean, you go from these stylized logos and stuff that that has like its own unique identity. Then you go to that this bullshit here. If it didn't say Street Fighter, I wouldn't be able to tell you what that is.
Nah, that could be San Francisco or something.
Yeah.
That could be
yeah. That's SF sneakers or some shit or.
But if you made an SF with like with any of these fonts here with that red and yellow gradient, I'd tell you right away that's a Street Fighter logo. Even if you just use SF, but use that swept logo styling and the coloring, I'd tell you right off that's Street Fighter.
I'll tell you some plagiarism. Freaking Mezco and my Spider-Man art. You guys see the Spider-Man Green Goblin Mezco image that they put out?
No.
It looks eerily similar to what I did. It looks very close. So I'll have to grab it so you can see it.
I like this picture here. This is funny. And they're the same picture.
They're exactly the same.
Oh, Pam.
What about the Boys trailer?
It looks funny-ish.
No, it looks cool. It's a bunch of different shorts, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, because I saw a whole bunch of different animation styles. Like one of the styles looked kind of like Family Guy or Bob's Burgers or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Did anyone catch the guy with tits for eyes?
No, I missed that one.
In that scene where it was like a Bob's Burger style animation, the guy in the far left, dude, he's got fucking tits where his eyes should be.
No, I completely missed that. Now I want to go back and watch it. There was did anybody catch the Ironhide special? In that trailer? Yeah,
No.
I'm sending it over. There was an Ironhide appearance in that trailer for like a split second.
Oh yeah, look at that. That definitely looks like a cherry vinette. Nice catch.
Yeah.
But you didn't catch the dude with tits on his eyes.
It sounds weird to say it like that, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, how about that? There's Mezco's 112 Spider-Man promo art, and there's my art.
Oh.
So what you're saying is it's really crazy that they would come up with a scene where the Green Goblin was chasing Spider-Man through New York City with some bombs
in the sky.
In the sky.
It looks like they fucking flipped it. If they flip it, yeah, but Spider-Man's upside down. It's just, I don't know, with fireballs like that. It's just
Because Spider-Man's never been upside down, right?
Whatever. Yeah. Next trailer.
Next trailer. Oh man, I gotta go back and look at what you sent. Oh man, Doctor Strange. That was Professor X. What's the matter?
No, here's the guy with the tits for eyes. Oops, wrong chat room.
I thought you were gonna send me another picture of Spider-Man and the Green Goblin.
Yeah, look at the guy. Look at the guy on the left there.
Oh yeah, he does. You know what? That went by so quick that I was automatically drawing the speaker head because he had a speaker on his head, and it just stood out. Although there's a lot of weird shit going on in that picture that I just did not see because of the speaker.
Yeah,
there's a dude with like a glowing. There's like a emo. Look at the fat emo dude on the right with the glowing diaper.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird.
Weird shit going on. I'd like to know the context of this image. So anyway, you're saying about Doctor Strange?
Is Jed still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, we thought you were off writing your cease and desist letter. The doctor. So that was Professor X, was it not? What's?
I'll wait for Levy to get out of his system.
Cease and desist.
I'm sorry, Jay. We didn't know about your picture. It was hidden.
It was a hidden toy. Actually, so look at my logo. My logo is kind of like a plagiarization of their logo, so I'm not too upset about it.
Oh, that's so funny.
So
hey,
Doctor Strange.
At least I create art, unlike some people. Levy.
Levy, don't let him turn the tables on you like that.
Oh, I know.
I will turn the tables.
Oh, that's funny.
You don't see fucking Mezco plagiarizing fucking Truck Norris. Anyway, let's move on.
You don't recreate a 10, man.
Nah, you can't do that.
So Doctor Strange.
Yes.
So Professor X.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
How do we know it's not Captain Picard?
It's the only bald wheelchair dude I know from the comics. So,
well, he wasn't necessarily. He didn't necessarily see him sitting in a wheelchair. He could have been sitting in a captain's chair.
His voice, and he slid over pretty quickly. He wasn't like he was walking up and down.
He got beamed. Maybe it is Picard. That would be the ultimate fucking.
Yeah.
You know, that would be like when they put what's his face, Quicksilver, the dude from American Horror Story. What's that guy's name? Yeah, Ralph Boner. I'm trying to come up with his real name though. But anyway, they threw him in there, and he was Quicksilver, but he wasn't Quicksilver, and it was weird. So,
Didn't Marvel Comics produce Star Trek comics? They did.
At one point, probably.
A long time ago.
Yeah. So see, it's a Marvel property. It could be Captain Picard.
Doesn't IDW have the license now for Star Trek? I think.
I don't know.
Probably.
That could possibly put Star Trek in the Marvel Cinematic Duberverse.
Such a waste of time. Why are we talking? We know it's fucking Professor X. We spent like 2 minutes on saying how it could not be.
So what do you think? Is this going to be an introduction of the X-Men, or is this going to be, they're here for the movie because it's this multiverse stuff, and then they're gone, and then the X-Men will come in down the road later. Number 2, yeah, that's what I think too.
It's
that's what I think.
They're like, I think it's the Illuminati scene or something.
Okay. Yeah,
similar to an Illuminati.
Yeah.
I did some deep analysis of that stills of that image, but it looks like Killmonger is on the left instead of Black Panther, where Black Panther was in the Illuminati, and I think Doom is on the right. I think that's my prediction. When I zoomed in, it was some hooded dude with a gauntlet on his hand. So,
are you talking about the scene where you're looking over Professor X's shoulder?
No, the one where you're looking over Doctor Strange's shoulder, and they're like there's 2 people seated up, and then there's somebody walking from the right to the left. I think with a sword on their back.
Yeah, I saw the guy walking. I didn't even take notice that there was anybody else in.
Oh yeah,
in that.
Yeah, I bumped up the contrast on it and zoomed it in and shit like that. You can see that the guy on the left has like a silvery type of necklace and belt, and it kind of has the same size and shape as like Killmonger. So I could see him being on the Illuminati, like maybe that Black Panther or Killmonger from What If, right? Being instead of Black Panther, and because it would make sense too, because fucking what's his name died, so why not fucking do that? And I think that might be Doom. That's in the other chair.
I'm scrolling through the trailer as we speak, trying to find that spot so I could look at this again.
I used to have the screenshots, but I think I deleted them. I put a bunch of them in the chat back when
that
trailer.
That 1 second little clip.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, what did I just do? God damn it! Wow. Man, that's so quick a clip. It's tough to stop it where he's in between the chairs so you can get a good look at the actual silhouette.
Yeah, you gotta go frame by frame.
It's like 1 frame. But anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what it looks like. People have rumored that there might be Reed Richards part of it as well. But yeah, I think because of the Spider-Man popularity of having the crossover multiverse thing, I know that they added more scenes to the movie to include so that they could add all those cameos and shit.
That's definitely Doom walking.
I don't think it's Doom walking.
No,
I think that's Baron Mordo.
Oh, so you think the guy sitting
on the right,
on the right is Doom? Okay, see, I read that as long hair. I wasn't reading that as a hood, and that's why I thought.
Me too.
I thought it was yeah.
And then I zoomed in and pumped the contrast up, and it's a hood.
Yeah, you could see Killmonger's hair kind of even without doing anything.
Wow, you can see like a glint of like a necklace.
Yeah.
But, the thing I'm more interested to know about is, there's a lot of rumors too that Tom Cruise might be playing Iron Man Dark in this multi-dimensional Illuminati.
Well, he was originally supposed to be cast in a role when they were bandying about the idea of doing Iron Man in the 90s.
Yeah.
So there's a comic. There are 8 issues. Maybe I forget how many it is, but it's called Superior Iron Man. Basically evil Tony Stark. And there's a lot of this is the part where you're wondering if people are fucking with you or not at Marvel, because there's a scene in this trailer where there's somebody's fighting the Scarlet Witch, and in one frame it looks like fucking Superior Iron Man because of the fucking Iron Man suit that they're wearing, and they had this open face band, and the person has a fucking goatee. So it's that seems like it's Superior Iron Man Tony Stark type of thing, right? And then there's a back view where it looks like fucking Nova because they have the fucking helmet on and everything, and just the armor that they're wearing there and the colors. And then another one makes it look like it's like a black woman that's fighting Scarlet Witch. So that's your guess is as good as mine, but someone said that it's probably a Tony Stark variant, and it could be
actually
Cruz.
I heard some time ago like a rumor that Doctor Strange was supposed to get like some sort of Iron Man armor or something in this movie. This is a long time ago, so I take it with a grain of salt, but this is just something that I heard making the rounds a while back, and this might be it. I don't know.
Well, they're fighting like in the Illuminati thing. So do you think he would be fighting Scarlet Witch in that whole Illuminati thing?
I don't know. I mean,
basically on like every comic book known to man, it seemed like she's coming to rescue him, and the big fight breaks out and all that stuff. What I was going to ask you about, Levy, was there's a scene in that trailer when he's getting led by those Ultron Iron Man looking bots, right?
Right before the Patrick Stewart scene, yeah.
Which kind of lends a little bit more credibility to it being Iron Man on the on the centered seat or whatever. But what those statues that are there, what does that remind you of? The men and women with the pointed wings.
I have to take a look again.
Wait, what are we looking at here?
In the part of the trailer when Doctor Strange being led up there's these statues that are like winged men and women, artificial wings, and they're like long and pointy, and they're kind of pointed up in the air.
Man, I'm gonna have to go back and
like it's a reference to something historical.
Or
some
those. Okay. The ones that are kneeling.
Yeah,
the
ones closest to us.
Time?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I'm asking like if you just found it. Yeah.
113.
113.
Yeah, they're kneeling and they got these big giant wings on their back or on their arms, and their arms are like pointing straight up. You can see like one right in the bottom right hand corner.
Oh,
right
yeah.
in the forefront of the screen.
It looks like an award, like Oscar, but I know what you mean. Like it, but it's what the fuck award has the wings, man? It looks like that award.
I don't know if any have wings.
I thought somebody had wings.
It made me think of like an album cover, but I was like wrong, and I thought there's something familiar about those, and I thought maybe you guys might think of something. Might jog your memory.
It's got a Falcon vibe to it because obviously like machine wings on people, but I know that has nothing to do with Falcon.
Well, I was thinking of like Daedalus Icarus type of thing, or what's the Egyptian god, Levy, that's depicted as a winged woman?
What's that?
What's the Egyptian god that's a winged? Is it Osiris? No, that's not right. Is it?
Month.
Is that who that is? I don't know. That's what I'm asking. But yeah, there's something.
I know.
And I think
the guy
in the middle, the guy in the middle in the water with the sword, makes me feel like that's a Namor tribute of some sort. But it'd be awesome if we saw like Doom, Reed Richards, some Iron Man variant, Namor, just some like cool shit like that. There's a rumor going around that we might see Wolverine, but not Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Yeah. I don't see any wings on those feet though, so I don't know if that's Namor.
I didn't even think about looking for that, Levy. Good call.
Good find, Levy.
Maybe that's what these wings are supposed to represent, are Namor's feet.
What did you think of the trailer overall
for Doctor Strange?
Oh, I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I think it's great.
I liked the fact that there was no jokes in it.
Yeah.
No humor.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. It was very serious because Doctor Strange, at least in the MCU, has been at least had a sense of humor a lot of the times.
Now I heard that Shuma Gorath looking dude is not named Shuma Gorath in the movie. It's like Gargantua something or other.
Yeah, that's a copyright thing, Levy.
Copyright. It's a copyright thing.
Yeah, that's absolutely him.
There was a rumor floating around that Bruce Campbell might be in it as Ash in a quick scene.
Get the fuck out of here! Are you being serious?
Mm-hmm. Because Ash
Because of like the Marvel Zombies thing.
He was in the Marvel comics, yeah. So he is in the universe. Which is Sam Raimi, and Sam Raimi always likes to put him in as a cameo in all of his movies.
Right.
He was a cameo in Darkman. He had a cameo in Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, Sam Raimi on a Doctor Strange movie makes more sense than Spider-Man. Although I like the Spider-Mans, but I would see him involved in like the Midnight Suns shit, you know, somewhere along the way. Like, dude, a Sam Raimi Ghost Rider
Captain Carter's
would be pretty awesome.
That'd be cool. I actually read the new Ghost Rider #1 that came out. It's actually really good.
Yeah,
yeah, it was really well done. The art could be a little bit better, but it was pretty good. The story and everything. Captain Carter's shield was on the poster in one of the shattered glasses.
I like that they're tying in the what if stuff a lot.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was animated means nothing. You know what I mean? It's like you don't even know what it was animated, but like it just makes sense, man.
Well, if you look, there's a part when they're traveling through, I think he's like trying to catch America Chavez, and he's like going through that broken mirror thing. It looks like he's going through the Savage Land with the dinosaurs. And he's going through that like weird Picasso type of thing where his face is all different blocks and shit. There was like one frame like right before or after the Savage Land. It's just an animated panel. So it looks like they flip through an animated universe when they're doing that.
This article here from Games Radar says that they're calling him Gargantos because the name Shumagorath is actually owned by the owners of Conan the Barbarian and his related characters.
Yep.
Heroic Signatures, the owners of Conan the Barbarian and his related characters. They own the rights to the name Shumagorath. Because the character's visual likeness, powers, personality, and backstory are all the creations of writer Steve Englehart and artist Steve Brunner from Marvel. I'm sorry. It comes from a prose. The name Shumagorath comes from a prose fantasy story written by Conan creator Robert E. Howard that wasn't published by Marvel. In fact, it predates the Marvel universe. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot Shumagorath was a Conan character. I forgot all about that. I mean, I did know it before, but I forgot it.
Talking about the what if too, I mean, you know, they showed the evil Doctor Strange, you know, in live action at the end of the trailer. Yeah. There's a TV spot, like a 30-second TV spot where they show Marvel Zombies or like a zombie thing. So yeah, man, there's like this thing I think is going to be all over the fucking place. So
yeah, that TV spot also showed Doctor Strange in his red and black like Defenders costume. I think
Defender Strange, yeah, with the crazy fucking sideburns and shit. I think it's supposed to be like an amalgamation of I can't remember the name of that fucking other sorcerer that was in the books. Is it fucking Brother Voodoo or fucking can't remember. Fucking like the big white fucking streaks going through his hair too.
Yeah, I think it's Brother Voodoo. Well, Brother Voodoo's already been. Anyway, he was in Doctor Strange 1. He was unnamed, but
just the outfit. It's like I don't know. I never read those Defenders where he was like he was dressed like that. I think that was a 2000s thing or something.
Yeah. I read somewhere in the first movie the guy that was the defender of the New York Sanctum when Caecilius came. That was supposed to be Brother Voodoo, I think. This is what I remember reading. So, but he was never named as such in the movie.
So, I think with this movie, we're going to see like a crazy cameos all over the fucking place.
Oh yeah, you know, what'd be a really funny cameo is like them showing a clip from the 1970s Spider-Man TV movies, or Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno.
He's dead, so that.
Oh no, but like just take clips from the original show.
Oh yeah, just throw it in there.
Yeah, just throw it in there. Like he's like traveling through some sort of like gateway dimension. Like you see all these like, you know, images from other universes, and like in, you know, and like one you see like, you know, Bill Bixby turning into like Lou Ferrigno Hulk, and you know, you see that shitty freaking 80s Captain America. You see Dolph Lundgren as the Punisher.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren's be the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know,
You were
man.
supposed to be here for
The Hawk
ago. Yeah.
My favorite old Punisher, older Punisher was the Thomas Jane Punisher.
Dolph
I like
Lundgren.
that movie. That one's underrated, I think.
Yeah, definitely underrated.
It is. Well, it's because they took basically the storyline almost exactly from the graphic novel.
Mm-hmm.
So it was written well.
Yeah.
What was something in there about, what was that wrestler's name in that? The guy with the blonde hair?
Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash, yeah.
Nash. He actually got stabbed and they just kept filming or some shit like that. He didn't care. He just kept going.
Didn't even flinch. Yeah, when he stuck the knife in his chest, he really stabbed him. It wasn't until they yelled cut. He's like, "Hey, I think I've been stabbed." He pulled the knife out.
Get the fuck out of here. Where did he really get stabbed?
Dead serious. And then he got Thomas Jane back by throwing him through a wall, and he hit his head on the opposite wall.
Fucking idiots. I would have believed he got
right there.
stabbed in the arm or some shit.
Yeah. Both
Just put some
of those
tape on it.
Yeah, both of those takes were put in the movie.
I was expecting Scott Hall to come through the wall, hit the Punisher with a chair right after he got the upper hand.
Do the double pointing thing as a freaking Kevin Nash picks him up into a jackknife.
Yeah. That's an Easter egg. It's like, nah, that's not an Easter egg. Easter eggs are hidden. They're hidden a little better than that.
Yeah. And then Hollywood Hogan comes out and gives him the big leg.
But you know he's coming because you hear the music kick in.
Yeah. The old Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Next trailer.
What is the next trailer?
Pick one, Levy.
Oh, how about the DC, The World Needs Heroes. I like seeing The Rock as Black Adam. He looked pretty cool. And what movie is Dr. Fate supposed to be in?
You should audition for that part, Levy. You could make it sort of Black Adam.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's sort of.
Oh, stop it!
Sort of.
Don't be that guy.
Uh-oh. Jed dropped out. Oh, there he is.
The computer threw him out for saying something dumb.
I'm back. What did you say? Don't be Sparky? Is that what you said?
No. How's that racist? Don't be so fucking silly.
Sorry. Didn't mean
what,
this. I meant,
what movie is Dr. Fate and Hawkman going to be in?
I think Black Adam.
Really? Well, that's cool. I like Dr. Fate.
It
I think he
seemed like
looks cool. I mean, I've seen he looks very, very, very comic accurate.
Seems like he was talking to Rock. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the Batman.
you like Moon Knight more?
Yeah, no.
No.
Levy,
Yeah.
what if you watch both? What if you watch the Bat?
Here, I'm going to describe people who like Moon Knight. They're people who just don't want to like something that's mainstream, so they'd be like, "Yeah, I like this guy better." It's basically the same. It's the same character, just not as cool.
Levy, that's true, but it's only partially true.
Do you know who likes Moon Knight? Racist.
Stop it.
If
all white, Batman wears all black. So.
You could say that Moon Knight is better at his job because he's think about the dude is out there at nighttime kicking ass, and it's like, I'm gonna hide from people in a white suit because that's a challenge. You know what I mean? Who takes the easy way out and wears all dark shit?
Right. He's also a little fucking crazy.
Actually, Batman wore gray and gray and blue, like a bright blue underwear.
Yeah, but it still wasn't white though. Like, listen, Levy, if we ever get into one of them situations like we're with like Hostile, and they set me and you out into the forest or whatever, and then they're gonna hunt us down, and they give us the choice between wearing all white and wearing gray and blue. I'm wearing the gray and blue before the white.
Oh, true.
Right?
I'd go naked.
Well, yeah, you know what?
I go naked and cover myself in mud.
That's a actual better plan. But if I had to pick between, if you were forced to wear one of these two garments, you wear the blue and the gray before the white.
No one can force me to not wear anything.
Definitely be hidden from predators. That's for sure. Go and kill me.
Do it! I'm here. Kill me. Do we want to talk about the Lord of the Rings? The Rings of Power?
Wait. I
are we not done with this? Okay.
I want your actual opinion. Why you're kind of like about the Batman?
I don't know. It's just well, first off, I'm kind of tired of Batman movies.
Oh man,
that's their golden goose, though, Levy. There'll be Batman movies forever.
I know it is. I know there will be, but there's a fucking fuck ton of Batman movies, but not nearly enough Superman films.
That's true. But I can tell you there is
and I definitely want to see Blackout.
Good TV show Superman on that you're probably not watching.
Yeah,
and you think about it, for a dedicated diehard Superman fan like yourself to not watch some type of TV movie media with Superman in it.
I know. I'm a bad Superman fan. I'm terrible. I really am.
The reason why more of Superman on movies.
You're probably right. You convinced me. I got to start watching that shit. I'm gonna start watching that shit this weekend, man. In fact, I'm gonna start watching it now. I'll see you guys later.
I'm with you though. There is a saturation of Batman.
Yeah, man. I love Batman. Batman's cool, but give it a rest already.
It's gonna make you wonder when you think about characters like that, Batman and maybe not Iron Man so much, but like Superman. I mean, Iron Man's been around for a long time too, but just not with all the movies that the other ones have. Incredible Hulk, Spidey, Batman, Superman, like all the old school OGs, and they keep rebooting them every once in a while. And it's like, how many different ways can you do Batman? How many different ways can you do Superman or Spider-Man? You know, I mean, I'm sure you can get creative and go off the beaten path a little bit, but like without completely shitting on where the character came from, it's like, how many different ways can you do it? And can you keep redoing it?
With all the Batman movies they are coming out with, how much do you want to bet we're going to get a Batman of Zur-En-Arrh movie?
A Batman what?
A Batman of Zur-En-Arrh.
Yes, yeah, I don't know what the hell that is.
Oh, I'll show you. It's pretty ridiculous. Jed knows what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I do.
Like instead of trying to retell the origin story or the beginning over and over and over and over again every time you reboot, it just feels like, you know what? Just
make it darker and darker and darker.
Yeah. Which is fine.
Like, a black screen with eyes, and that's all you're gonna have.
Jed, let's put that out. Let's put that out on the VNS page. Just put an hour and a half of just black eyes with dramatic stock dramatic music and shit, and then roll the credits at the end. Yeah,
yeah. I'm after you, Joker. Just
give your
eyes bound.
Give yourself credit for all kinds of shit that you don't even see, like special effects and shit like that. Special effects, Jed Vargo.
Yeah, that Batmobile. The design this time is amazing. How'd they even pull that off? What they should do, in serious, Mike, though, the story that they should tell is fucking the Azrael fucking story, sort of as with fucking his to the broken back Batman. That would be good.
That would be good. Yeah, man. Or even some of the offshoot shit. Like I would dig a Gotham by Gaslight.
Mm-hmm. That was okay. I watched it just recently. That Batman got his ass whooped a lot though.
Yeah.
He got the shit beat out of him by everybody.
Yeah, Mike, there's a picture of the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh.
Oh man. He has
it's like a G2 Batman.
Looks like, yeah, dude. Yeah,
he started out as an alien who decided to become a version of Batman for his own planet back in the Silver Age in the 50s.
I thought it was when I saw the thumbnail, I thought it was Magneto with his helmet on. Like the Age of Apocalypse. Didn't he have the purple cape?
Yeah.
Did, I think, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, in Age of Apocalypse, you got a red cape, but
purple was the regular cape.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah. So, all right, then I stand by my statement. It looked like Magneto.
Best Magneto outfit is the fucking white one with the fucking helm.
Not a fan of it.
No?
Yeah.
Really?
You know what? And it's weird because I like the God King Doom, the all white God King Doom costume, but the Magneto, I don't know. Yeah.
The Cyclops was right with the X across his face, and the white fucking like helmed paladin looking Magnetos. Those are my favorite outfits.
Yeah, that Cyclops one was kind of cool looking. I dig that one. That was post House of M, wasn't it?
Yeah. Where are we at? Oh, the DC trailer.
Clue.
Yeah, that's right.
DC. Yeah, let's talk about Marvel over the DC trailer.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think The Rock is going to be awesome as Black Adam. I'm really excited to see that movie.
It's just going to be The Rock playing The Rock in a black outfit.
Black Adam. Black Adam's one of my. I like Black Adam and Shazam.
Isn't
Captain Marvel?
Name one movie role that The Rock played he didn't play.
I don't care. I just want to see Black Adam on screen. Man.
I've had it up to my eyeballs with The Rock, man. And then he's got to be in the Super Bowl, acting like a goon at the Super Bowl with that outfit that I would never tell him he looked like an idiot, but I'd never say that to him. But come on already.
What was
Get him out of here.
What was that first movie he was in with Christopher Walken and the dude from fucking American Pie? Rundown. That
Sean
character, he played that character. He's still playing that character to this day.
He's
20 years
still
later
playing that character to this day.
Same
I agree.
Fucking character.
Yeah.
Like I said, name one character. It's the same character. So just no range at all.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, I'm sure The Rock is a nice guy and everything, and you just when you're getting paid to do something, it's like, it's really easy for us to sit here and say that, but if somebody wanted to pay me, $10 million a movie to act like me or whatever, and do it over and over again, like Deadpool, fucking Ryan Reynolds and shit has been Ryan Reynolds in every goddamn movie since Van Wilder or
right.
Waiting, maybe whatever one came out first.
I think Wilder was first, or Waiting the Cow first. Was that before that?
I'll play the part of Mike Kincaid as often as you want me to for that kind of money. So this isn't.
What was the name of that movie, Levy, the wrestling movie with the girl from Black Widow? She played the main role.
Fighting with My Family.
He was less convincing. He was less convincing as himself in that movie than he was in other movies, and he played himself in that movie.
Yeah.
The Rock played The Rock, and I didn't believe it. It was less believable than he was playing Black Adam.
They just switch all the credits around. In the credits, it should say Black Adam as The Rock. You smell what Black Adam's cooking, man. Should just lean into it, man. Again, go ahead, laugh at me. I'll laugh my way all the way to the bank, acting like myself. Man. You know what? It's funny, but it also pisses me off because I drag my ass to, like we all do, to this Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or while Rock is out there being The Rock for a living. Christ, man. We're in the Matrix.
Well, you put on 150 pounds of muscle. I'm sure it'll probably take you a little bit further than where you're at, probably.
Yeah, right. Because I feel like my acting skills are on par, at least with The Rock. So if all I'm missing is the 150 pounds of muscle, we can work on that.
Can you smell what the Kincaid's cooking?
You just cramboed me, dude.
Kincaid's cooking.
I was listening to Stephen Wright. You ever listen to Stephen Wright?
Stephen Wright was one of my favorite comedians. He's when he talks to his favorite bit was when he was talking about getting a parking ticket.
Yeah,
he's like,
right.
I got a parking ticket the other day. I pleaded insanity. I said, Your Honor, nobody in the right mind would park in the passing lane.
I like when he's saying about the rice or the ants, like 6,000 ants dressed up as rice and robbed the Chinese restaurant. And he goes, but I don't think they did it. I knew a couple of them and they were nice guys. But the reason, why did I just bring him up? I brought him up because we were talking about The Rock. Oh man, the brownie is officially kicked in.
Smell what the Rock's cooking? Smell what the cake's cooking?
Nah, it was Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. He said Stephen Wright. He said he's going on vacation in Puerto Rico or Spain or I can't remember where the fuck he said, but it was somewhere where he needed to speak Spanish. And he said he would listen to this thing that taught you how to speak Spanish while you slept, and it was subconsciously teach you language while you were sleeping. And he said the record was skipping, and in the morning all I could do was stutter in Spanish. But he's another one like Mitch Hedberg. Like he's just got this like real super dry delivery, and it makes it even funnier. Oh man. But anyway, The Rock is Black Adam.
Levy, you wanted to talk about Lord of the Rings.
Sure. What do you want to talk about?
Are you interested in watching this show?
Yeah, sure.
Or did you burn all your Tolkien books?
Why would I burn my Tolkien books?
What was I saw a meme somewhere about how they could power a helicopter by the amount of rotations that Tolkien is spinning in his grave, or something like that.
Oh, is it because of the Black Elves?
Yeah.
Bunch of fucking racists.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
People are mad because there's Black Elves in the show.
I thought there were Black Elves. There was a Black Elf in what the fuck? Where did I see a Black Elf? In Record of Lotus Wars, there was dark elves. Are you talking dark elves or like
no
elves that look like black people?
African elves.
Well, so what?
Elves played by black people.
Yeah, what? And there's is this a real issue, or is this one of them 30% on the internet?
Pissed off because there are African American or black actors playing elves.
Yeah, that's such a
I can't say African Americans. They may be British. I don't know.
The nerds of the internet have united and cried out disdain.
What? That there's no black elves?
Yes,
they're saying that it is inaccurate to Tolkien's legacy and vision. Right.
There's no black elves. I got news for you. There's no white elves out there either, people.
Don't try and combat this with logic.
Yeah, that's not fair to them.
Oh, and beardless dwarves. They're upset about beardless dwarves.
See, I'm more offended over that. I feel like I'm offended for my buddies that can grow beards. Oh man, I hate the internet. I hate the internet.
Fuck those racist nerds.
I hate fucking people.
Let's talk about Nope.
If you're listening to this show, chances are we might hate you. I've never been able to offend everybody like with one comment.
Well, that's like Bill Burr said, you have to offend everyone at the same time.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's the only way to be equal.
I was telling Mike this the other last weekend, Levy. I said Bill Burr had a thing where back in previously before the election, he said you gotta offend both sides. You can't just pick one. So you've got to carefully. And he's like, Donald Trump is such a dope. He's gonna make me vote for a woman. He's like, and then you just sit back and let him just watch the fire burn.
yeah. That's one of them ones that you tell it, and then like a couple people chuckle, and then like 15 people chuckle, and then like 40 people chuckle, and it just keeps going.
Yeah, and then they fucking start screaming at each other.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Jordan Peele's new movie trailer? It's like an alien vibe.
I'll tell you what, man. Jordan Peele falls under the same category as the Asian horror movies with me. Is that like if I see one, I probably want to see it. because I feel like I haven't been disappointed yet by anything. And he's like got such a good handle on horror movies, man. So far, like, I don't know. And it just looks, the presentation in the trailer also shows you a lot of shit without, and you come out at the end going like, what the fuck did I just watch? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't give a whole hell of a lot away, except for the aliens.
April's predicting that he's going to end up like M. Night Shyamalan. And her reasoning is that M. Night Shyamalan's third movie was about aliens.
Yeah. That was Signs.
Yeah.
And what was his first one was his Sixth Sense, right?
Sixth Sense, yeah.
And then what was the one in between there?
Unbreakable.
See, M. Night Shyamalan, to me, like, he peaked right, like, he came out of the gate and peaked.
He peaked with Sixth Sense, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and I don't feel like Jordan. What was Jordan Peele? Was it Get Out? Is that what his first? That one was pretty freaking good, but it's not like it was a major decline after that. You know, like his other movies were really good, man. The one with the clones, Us, yeah. I'll tell you what, man, that was a good one too.
Well, those are only two, aren't they?
I thought he had another one. Didn't he have another one? No, but he did that show. Wasn't that show?
Twilight Zone.
No,
yeah, he did Twilight Zone.
I thought he had something to do with that movie with the dude that plays Kang the Conqueror and was playing.
Oh yeah, he produced the. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I watched that series.
Damn it, something County.
Almost said the X-Files.
Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft Country. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if he wrote that or if he just produced it.
I didn't know he had anything.
Well, either way, everything that he's had his hand in. I liked.
Levy, to the internet, Levy. What movies did he direct? Look it up. Pull him up on IMDb.
Man, all right. Jeez.
We're gonna find out one day that Jordan Peele is actually The Rock in disguise.
All right, let me bring up his Wikipedia.
I mean, there was, of course, Key and Peele, but you don't count that.
Yeah, but how does a guy from Key and Peele become such a master of horror?
Well, and it's
hard.
funny, man. I feel like his horror shit is way better than any of the shit that was like Key and Peele had their moments, like where they were pretty fucking funny, but there was a lot of shit they did was like, and I'm pretty easily entertained by comedy stuff, and I found some of it like, I don't know, some of it kind of sucked to me, but his horror shit, man, is all top notch.
All right, so he directed Get Out, Us, and Nope. He wrote Keanu, Get Out, Us, Candyman, Nope, Wendell and Wild, which is coming to Netflix. And then he was a producer in Keanu, Get Out, Black Klansman, Us, Candyman, Nope, and Wendell and Wild.
What's Keanu? Why does that sound familiar?
Keanu is that movie about the puppy, I think, or the cat.
The cat. That's right.
Yeah, Key and Peele, getting the kitten.
Gotcha.
Or whatever.
And he didn't direct that one though.
No, he wrote, produced, and starred in it.
All right, so it is his third movie. So you're
As a director, yes.
So yeah, so what April's saying might be right. Maybe this will be his jump the shark.
You know
movie.
what?
Maybe he'll Shyamalan it all up.
Tell April not to jinx the man. You know what I mean? Tell her to take that back. Don't jinx the man.
I told her I think she just doesn't like black people.
Wow. Wow.
How often do you pull the race card on your girl, Levy?
All the time. Yeah, and then she says, "I'm not racist. I have black friends." Yeah, so
she does not say that.
No, I'm putting words in her mouth. I told her tonight on the podcast I was going to totally paint her up like a racist. It was going to be funny. It was going to be funny because she said something tonight, and I totally twisted it on her and made it sound like that she said that she doesn't like black people. And I told her I was going to I was going to say that on the podcast that April doesn't like black people and whatnot, and just to like totally paint her as a racist, and it would be really funny.
Like, make sure you get the black trash bags at the ones. Or something like that. It wasn't like that. And you're like, why do I got to go do it now?
Dude, I was actually just saying how funny it would be to paint her a racist. I wasn't actually going to tell racist jokes.
Oh, wow. Why not? That's basically where we're going with the show so far. I mean, we start with Germany. We start with Germany. At least we didn't go anti-Semitic. We just went right to the racism.
Oh my god, dude!
I love how uncomfortable Levy gets.
I am really uncomfortable right now.
Yeah, well, Levy, listen,
write
man,
your apology letters. Just get it over with.
Listen, you like comedians and shit, and this is a comedic show at most of the time, at least anyway. And it's like, well, sometimes like comedy comes a lot, man. Comedy
I'm not
comes
the one
along.
that told that joke. Jed is.
Yeah,
I'm not racist. That's Mike. He's the one that likes Moon Knight.
Jesus.
Jed's doing a whole lot of deflecting this episode. Isn't he, Levy?
What you're talking? No, I'm just pointing fingers. Anyway, so the trailers are over. Thank goodness. Let's move on. What did you watch this week, Mike? Anything interesting or cool?
I watched I watched the second episode of the second half of the last season of Attack on Titan, because that just came out in English a couple of days ago. Yeah. You know what? If the rumbling doesn't happen, this whole entire thing is a fail. Like, I don't want to be a simpleton about what it's going to take for me to like how this thing ends, but if it doesn't involve the rumbling, I'm out. I'm not out, but it's going to drop way down in my power rankings for greatest, on my list of greatest anime series / franchises ever if the rumbling doesn't happen. I don't hate her as much as I used to. I hated her for two different reasons. One was because I feel like she was just completely written stupid, like unrealistic. And I hated that her voice actor screamed everything. But now that she's trying to chill out a little bit, and she's not screaming and stuff, and she's like growing as a character, like I still don't like her much, because I feel like she's gonna still ruin shit. They didn't put as much emphasis into her character so she could shoot Sasha, and then that's the end of it. Like, there's something bigger coming, I feel like, with her character, and I know it's gonna piss me to fuck off. But no, I don't hate her as much as I used to.
Did you get to watch them Levi OVA?
No, not yet. And brother Kyle, actually, he stopped by and he also told me like that I need to watch those, so I'll watch them. I will watch them. Maybe I'll use that as my filler in between, like when we're waiting for new episodes to come out. But man, that last episode, man, the whole thing with Zeke going into the, what did they call it, the path or some shit like that, like where he felt like he was in there for a second, or for years, I mean, but he was in there for minutes or seconds or whatever, and all that shit. Man, I'm getting like an uncomfortable, not an uncomfortable feeling, like I'm just hoping for a good ending. That's all.
Like I told you, you got 2 more episodes before you kind of go, this isn't for me anymore, or you're like, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. So, man,
you don't have to wait. You could actually watch the newer episodes if subtitles is your thing.
I don't want to watch it. Subtitles is not my thing. Subtitles ain't my thing when dub is available, and has nothing to do with listening to it in another language. I just don't feel like reading it in English. I just don't want to do any reading, I want to watch, I mean, a beautifully animated series, and I'm reading, I want to watch it. I want to watch it and take it all in. That's
makes you sleepy.
What makes this, reading
the subtitles?
Reading does make me, like, if I'm reading, man, reading does make me tired, but I got to stay upright. If I stay upright, I'm fine. But if I if I'm laying there reading something, I'm done in like 15 minutes. But anywho,
did you ever finish what was the name of that show? We're All Dead. Is that it? That
no, I made it pretty far, but I didn't finish it yet.
I like stopped halfway, and I never started watching it again.
Yeah, I didn't stop watching because I didn't like it, but I didn't like it enough And for all I know, it could have got better after, but I didn't like it enough to be hardcore into like, holy fuck, there's a couple more episodes. Like, I'll tell you right now, in contrast, if Attack on Titan, if they drop the entire rest of the season tomorrow, I would find a way to cram that shit in, like, by the time the weekend was over, no matter what I had going on.
Yeah.
And like, that's what I want to feel about a series or whatever when I'm watching it. And as much as I liked the We're All Dead, that's not how I felt about it.
That reminds me, I wanted to tell you this and I forgot. You told me about watching Hellsing.
Yeah.
They actually redid the Hellsing anime into a newer Hellsing anime that like was accurate to the manga, and they did like 10 episodes of it and like 3 OVA. And
really,
apparently apparently a lot better. Like a lot of people actually said they're like, the music isn't as good, but the animation and the story is better than the original.
Well, the original is that classic, that late 80s, like 90s or whatever, whenever the fuck it came out, like that style, still the 2D.
I don't think it's that big of a jump, though. I think it's only maybe 10 years or under 10 years of difference. But it's called Hellsing Ultimate, if you ever are looking around for it.
I would. That's something I would definitely sink my teeth into. I didn't say that on purpose. I swear to Christ, I didn't. It was halfway out of my mouth, and I'm like, what am I doing, man?
But yeah, Hellsing Ultimate, and then there's 3 OVA movies after it called The Dawn, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
But
all right. Well, that's
man,
good to know. I'll have to look that up.
I wanted to tell you about it, and I completely forgot. And I was like, oh yeah, I gotta tell Mike. Because I was looking for it and I was like, what's this? I'm like, this is a continuation. And then I read up about how it's like a reboot, but it still looks really cool. It still has that. How'd you call him? Vampire Hunter D pimp? Pimp down or something?
Vampire Hunter D was a pimp. Yeah.
Basically. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Is it 2001? That couldn't have been from 2001. Or is that the remake? Yeah, 2001, man. I would have bet money that it was more like a 90s thing. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to check those new ones out, man. Well, new-ish. Everybody still here?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Here, man.
And also, this is actually a movie that I saw before, but Vanessa never saw it. And I'm like, man, this is one of the most underrated movies I've ever seen. You have to tell me if you guys have seen it. Have you ever seen a movie called Limitless?
Yeah, Bradley Cooper.
Dude, Limitless was an awesome movie, and I never heard of it before I saw it. I never heard of it, and I watched it, and I'm like, I was blown away by the whole thing, man. And I don't really ever hear anybody like talking about it or anybody that's seen it, but Levy saw it.
They made a series about it too.
Did they make a series with him in it, or was it like a new cast of characters?
It's a new cast of characters, but Bradley Cooper does show up.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to do with the character of Mora. What's his name? Ed Mora?
I don't know what Bradley Cooper's character's name is, but yeah,
but it doesn't have to do with his character anymore. I gotcha.
Now, I don't know if that's a spoiler, because I think that might have been like a big surprise thing.
Yeah,
that Bradley Cooper ended up being in the show, but I'm not sure how much he was in it. I just know that he shows up at some point.
So the one where he takes like a drug and he's like,
he takes this drug and it opens up. I know it sounds cliche. It opens up the rest of the 85% of your mind that you don't actually use, that whole thing. But
Lucy.
Okay. But the whole like journey that he goes through, it's just a really well done movie, man. The acting is all on point and it's written really well, and like it's
got a nice plot twist at the end.
It has a really nice plot twist at the end, and
well, don't tell me. I'll probably watch it. That's cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's like it. Yeah, we won't spoil it. I mean, every movie got kind of a twist, but this one got a good one. But it's shot like really well. Like there was something about the way that they like the whole cinematography of it was pretty awesome too. So it's definitely it's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I'll check it out.
And we've been watching Ozark. Did I tell you that last time?
I have no idea what that is.
And by we were watching Ozark, I mean Vanessa's watching it, and I was kind of around for some of it. But from what I've seen, it's pretty good. It's the what's his name? Bateman? Patrick Bateman? No, that's not his first name.
Bateman.
Jason Bateman. He's in it, and they're like money laundering, and he owns a strip club, and it's just this whole twisted tale of, you got to watch it. Ozark. It's called Ozark. It's like a couple seasons out.
It's on Netflix.
I never heard of
look
it.
at that. Is that?
That's from the new one, yeah.
It looks pretty good. I mean, from a single screen, it looks pretty good. Oh, speaking of which, Jed, since we're the leading podcast on dissecting anime theme songs, is the opening of Hellsing, the original Hellsing, is that one of the coolest fucking theme songs ever?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Anime wise,
it fits like perfectly. This, yeah, it's awesome.
It does, man. Like, it's like they went to a piano player and his couple of lackeys, and they were like, "Listen, we need Pimp, Vampire, Hunter D. What do you got?" And they probably wrote the song right there. They probably just started jamming, all four of them, like a band version of Voltron. They just came together, and it was just complete awesomeness, and they just jammed it out first take.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Who's Mr. Big did that? You said did the ending credits, right?
The ending credits, yeah, yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
And it always catches me off guard. Like, every episode it came on, and it's like, why am I listening to Mr. Big at the end of a Japanese animation? It was just a weird spot for an 80s hair metal band to show up.
I went and I listened to the full song for the Attack on Titan last season. It's like 4 minutes long, and there's like more to it. Like a lot of unnecessary shit, where they cut all the instruments and it's just like him singing, or like this acoustic part of it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm glad they cut all this out and just trimmed it down to like, half minute or minute and a half or whatever it is.
Does it suck, or does it fit in the context of like a song if you heard it on the radio?
You have to listen bridge part where it could have been living room floor, but the rest of it's pretty good. There's more. The second verse that he sings it differently, like with more pain in his voice. Yeah, because I think he's supposed to be singing like it's Aaron's story.
Yeah. I kind of caught the vibe from some videos that they were talking about the lyrics to it and shit.
But it's worth a listen. I mean, it's worth checking it out, getting that extra 2-3 minutes, and then I listened to the first season's full song as well.
Yeah.
And they start with this like 20-second Japanese just I don't know if it's a clip from the show or if it's because I don't know what the hell they're saying, but it sounds like it's what's the chick with the glasses again? What's her name?
Hanji.
Haji. Sounds like Haji's talking about something, and then they fucking da 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 da, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. That's a good like full song to listen to. There's like no fucking stupid acoustic break in that at all.
I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. But like, I could definitely dig on like any like all the music that they got in a lot of these. I shouldn't say all the music, but all the shit that sounds like Japanese Bullet for My Valentine. like the first. Like, that's how I would, if I had to describe the season 1 opening of Attack on Titan to somebody that never heard it before, I would say it sounded like Japanese Bullet.
No, it's more. Maybe are you thinking of the second part?
No, I'm thinking of everything outside of the fact there's like that orchestra stuff. It's like them playing with the orchestra, like when Metallica played with the whatever orchestra they play with, it just reminds me of something that like Bullet would write.
It seems more orchestrated with electric guitars in it than it does the other way around. Like Aerosmith with the accompanying orchestra behind them. It sounds like it's been more written for an orchestra versus they say, hey, electric guitars in here. That'd be kind of cool. And they're like, yeah, all right, man, let's do a thing. And then that's, kind of.
Yeah, I guess I could hear that. I could hear it that way too. But anyways, all that being said,
because I just listen to
whatever genre of music that is.
Yeah.
Whatever genre of music that is, I dig it. Like, I would listen to more of that shit if I knew where to find it.
Maybe it's because it's let's just listen to the 4-minute long song and not the like cut down, opening thing. That I think there's more orchestra to it than just guitars. But anyway, Where the fuck are we? Oh, what'd you watch? What else you watch, Mike? Anything else?
Nothing worth really talking about.
How about you, Levy? You watch anything?
Watched the last 3 episodes of Vox Machina.
Oh yeah, Mike, did you watch that yet?
Really good.
No, not yet.
It's a good show. You should watch it, Mike.
I don't know where everybody thinks I got all this time to be watching all these fucking series, man. Like, I mean, they're on a list and they're eventually going to get gotten to, but you know, it's at a point where, like, I'll tell you right now, you could talk about this one and spoil the shit out of it, and by the time I actually watch it, it will be like I don't really remember what you guys have talked about. As long as you don't, like, the only point you make is like, all right, well, here's the twist at the end. It's like, imagine you're talking to somebody about AOT and it's like, yeah, Aaron is the bad guy for the whole series. Just keep that in mind while you're watching it. Like, it's not one of those. I mean, but whatever. You guys can talk about shit if you got to talk about it. I'm completely all right with it.
Production quality wise, it's really well done. It's well written. It's 12 episodes, Levy. Is that what it is?
Yes. Yep.
20-minute, I think.
12. Yeah, I was just going to
minutes.
say, so that's not a huge commitment. So that could actually push that up the list. I could knock that out one afternoon, I guess.
So what, like 4 hours.
It's really funny.
It is funny.
Oh, it looked funny. It did look funny.
Well done.
That's what drew me into it. Like, when, you know, I said I was interested in seeing it because, yeah, if it was just like a D&D type thing, it's cool. Like, I love the old D&D cartoon and I like that, you know, Record of Lotus Wars and that kind of shit. But like, the thing that drew me to it was that it was that, and it also looked like it was funny as hell. So
I was watching DTOA. The fuck's it called?
second season.
Yeah. And
Dawn of the Ancients, I think.
is that what it stands for?
Yep.
Defense of the Ancients.
Dawn.
Defense of the Ancients. Yes. Okay. I was close.
Do you remember his mentor guy? I forget what his name is, but and he was in the last season. He had, like, you know, he was like the real, and he doesn't really say much, and he has a gray streak and shit.
Yeah.
There's like all these fucking dragons that are attacking, right? It must be like 100 of them or whatever. And it just like it slowly pans into his face, right? And it shows all these dragons coming in, and it just like pans, and he's just like standing there. He goes, "That's a lot of fucking dragons." It just cuts to the fucking title thing.
That's pretty good.
But that's actually a good series I've been watching here and there.
Yeah, the first season was awesome, man. There's another series out there. I think it's on Netflix called Drifting Dragons. Have you seen that one?
Are they like fucking racing cars around in Tokyo or something?
Nah, it's like another. It's another.
So that's
dragon.
what the D stands for, an initial D. Dragons.
Drifting.
Yeah, wait. I'll grab a. Oh, of course, I grab a fucking shit shot.
I just see this like fucking dragon fucking driving a fucking Mitsubishi sliding around the fucking turn.
No, I'm sending you the cover of it, the one that doesn't have a dragon on it on purpose, but believe me when I say that there are dragons in this series. Never seen it?
I have never seen this. No. Drifting Dragons.
No. Yeah. It's, you know,
Is that
I don't want to say Final
just a blimp in the
Fantasy-ish.
back?
Yeah, it's an air.
Okay.
Well, we refer to them as airships.
Sorry. Don't want to upset the alpha nerds. They're already upset. So
Yeah, there were no blimps. They were airships.
my apologies. Magic, not helium.
Right.
Drifting Dragons. It sounds like a fucking. Is that what you said? Drifting Dragons?
Drifting Dragons.
Sounds like a fucking 90s pop band. I'll mark it down so I can pull it down.
Yeah, I remember when I heard the name Imagine Dragons like for the first time, and I had no idea what their music sounded like, and I'm like, oh, I bet they're heavy.
Yeah.
And I was wrong.
So you've watched this, or you just saw the title?
Yeah, I watched it.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's worth watching. It's a pretty good series.
Like one season or two or?
Oh, you know, that's a hell of a question, man. I made it through the first season. I think there's only one season right now.
Oh, okay.
There
Oh,
might
so
be
it's
a
new.
second one. Yeah, it's new-ish.
All right, I'll check it out. There's a sci-fi movie that's out there, and the trailer looks fantastic. It's called Project Gemini, and it looks amazing. The trailer looks awesome. Special
And
effects.
this is an anime?
No, it's just a live action.
Okay.
It has like this alien vibe to it, and it looks really good. And the movie is pure shit. It's like they completely fooled you with the trailer.
Yeah.
And like I started watching like the first 10 minutes of the movie, and I'm like, well, maybe they're just being a little artistic with things. And I was like, oh. Then they started acting, and I'm like, I see what happened here.
That's always a bummer.
I got the clue as soon as they started showing like these like scientific computer screens. The head scientist was explaining like this thing they found underground, and instead of it like being like a technical thing or whatever, it just said super hard material on it. Big letters. And they had like all the names of the people that worked on the project. Like they were just these fucking terrible project names, like of stuff. You know, it was just like the one wasn't centered right, so whoever did it, like they hyphenated it and like carried it over into the next line. It was like so lazy. They tricked me into thinking this was going to be a good movie, and it wasn't. So
yeah, and it worked. They had you in front of that TV at least for a little bit.
Yep. And I was like, God damn it. I watched Stowaway. That was the one we were talking about, where the shuttle takes off, and then the guy gets trapped inside the interior part of the cabin and stuff.
Yeah,
that was okay. That wasn't bad. And I watched the new Scream. You guys watch that yet?
Did not yet.
It's actually good.
Watching.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah, I heard good things a couple good things about it, at least from some people. I mean, Tyler said it was good.
Courtney Cox looks like a fucking horror fucking movie in herself, but you know.
Yeah, what is she, like, super skinny now and shit?
Nah, she's bad surgery, man. They like pulled the shit, like looks like she's gotten like someone's standing behind her, just pulling the sides of her fucking face behind the back of her neck.
I hate that so much. Yeah. I hate that. I tell Vanessa that shit all the time. I'm like, don't ever do anything to your face. Just like your face is fine, and you're gonna age gracefully, and everything's gonna be fine. Don't ever fucking to never get shot up with because everybody ends up looking like Joan Rivers. You know what I mean?
You remember when you were a kid?
Like Tyler.
Remember when you're a kid, you used to take your hands and push them to the side of your face, and then your lips would get real thin. You stick your tongue out and be like, "Wow, wow, wow." Yeah, that's what she looks like.
That's what you look like. Yeah. Man. I hate that.
Rough. Nev Campbell looks good though.
Yep.
But no,
she probably didn't have any of that shit done.
Probably not.
She probably just let nature run its course, and it was fine.
Yeah.
Like, just, eat your vegetables and don't do too many drugs, and, if you're good looking at that age, you'd be good looking at that age.
Do you know how, like, the first movie was very meta? You know how they were saying about, they were watching horror movies in a horror movie?
Right.
It's the same thing. But it's like really funny how they call it a requel. So it's not a sequel, it's not a reboot, it's a combination of the two. They're like, oh, you got to do a requel. You got to have the original cast members in and sprinkle in the new members so everyone gets used to them. And then they start going through that whole meta thing again, because they're in a horror movie talking about this horror movie and how it's like written and shit.
Yeah.
It's good though. It's good. Anything else, gentlemen, before we move on to weird news?
I've been playing Horizon Forbidden West a lot.
Yeah.
So
is that it?
Oh, it's a good game. I really enjoy it.
Of what genre is that?
It's third-person open world
post-apocalyptic
action adventure game. Post-apocalyptic.
And that is what? That's like Grand Theft Auto.
Well, it's open world. Meaning like the map is open for you to go anywhere. It's not linear. You don't have to follow a set specific path.
There's no drifting dragons in this one.
But it takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where humans have regressed to a tribal existence. There are old human ruins, and so you can see like ruins of cities and towns and buildings and whatnot. But there's also robotic animals all across the landscape that are like in the shape of like existing animals and extinct animals like dinosaurs and whatnot. But like they have ones that are shaped like deer and antelope and bears and saber-toothed cats and big giant T-Rexes and turtles and whatever else.
Dinosaurs.
So, but it's got a really good story. I love the story so far. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil nothing for anybody unless you guys don't plan on playing it.
No, I plan on playing it.
I know you don't plan on playing it, Mike, but
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm definitely planning on playing it.
so
No, I'm going to get back to Horizon Zero Dawn eventually. It sucks that because like when you have these open world games like that and Assassin's Creed and Spider-Man and everything, is fucking... It can take forever to fucking finish those games, especially if you try to get all the side fucking missions done. Or you just like enjoying... Have you tried... I know I keep asking you this, but have you tried Alex yet?
no, I have not.
Okay.
Oh.
I know you're all Horizon Forbidden Wested out.
Yeah, no, I've been playing that, and before that I was playing God of War on PC, so but I still haven't finished that yet either. So, but yeah, I'm eager to get further into the story. So because the story of this game series is like really, really good. So
Cool. One of these days, Lev, you just gotta throw the goggles on and give Alex like fucking 10 minutes of your life, and you'll be like, "This is pretty cool." Or maybe you don't want to do that.
and
you're like, you're like torn then between what you want to play and what you don't want to play.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to play it. There's another game that I want to play that I haven't. Oh yeah, I want to get back into Cyberpunk too, because they just released the latest big patch, and they made a lot of improvements on the game. So I'm eager to get back into that one too.
Is that going to turn?
Now that I got the widescreen monitor and shit.
I was gonna say, is that going to turn into a No Man's Sky thing, where like 3 years later it'll be like the version they wanted to put out?
Yeah, I think so. I think it is. Yeah, talking about this the other day, about when and if you should never forgive a publisher or developer, for making for lying and for making like a shitty game and lying about it and being misleading. Like how CD Projekt Red was about this game, how Games was with No Man's Sky, or just like doing really cheap things like EA, like and where do you where do you draw the line at? I told and Activision is just an all-around shit company, and Bobby Kotick can go rot in hell. He's a piece of shit. But now that Microsoft has bought Activision, maybe things will change with them. I don't know. But so those are companies I can't forgive. But like I told him that I can forgive CD Projekt Red. I can forgive Hello Games, for the things they did, even though they did shitty things too, because they lied about their game. They lied about the progress. They lied about what you were going to be able to do in their game. They lied about all sorts of stuff in the development process. Didn't deliver on promised features. Released a buggy, unplayable mess when the game released, or just like a game that had no content, nothing to do in it, like with No Man's Sky. But they worked hard to make things right. Like CD Projekt Red is still working to make things right. And I said those kinds of things I can forgive, because they're genuinely I can forgive, and I will be any future releases are good. I won't get all hyped. I'm going to wait until the game releases and see what state it's in when they do release it. Free update after free update after free update. Like Hello Games is not, and they've added so much content to that to No Man's Sky. It's a fantastic game. It's just a huge, like a whole universe to play in. You can land on every planet in this universe. And it would take. They said it would take you like millions of years just to see all the content in this game. I tried it. I actually tried it out. I didn't like it. No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky. No. Yeah, maybe because I've been playing Elite too much. It didn't do it for me. It was Yeah.
It was more. I don't know. It was cool. It looked really good, but I like the.
No Man's Sky is a very different game. Yeah. It's a very different game from Elite, because Elite is pretty much just like a flight simulator in space, and where you like a combat flight sim type thing, as far as I know. But like No Man's Sky is more of a crafting survival game.
Yeah.
That in space, where you gather resources, you can build bases, build a fleet of ships. You can become like a overseer of a settlement, that sort of thing. So, that reminds me too. I've also been playing Subnautica a lot.
Yeah, I remember you saying about how it's scaring the shit out of you.
Yeah, Subnautica, man, that game's freaking terrifying when you get down into like the deep water.
Speaking of, you guys, if you haven't watched it, you should watch that fucking movie with Kirsten Dunst. No, not Kirsten Dunst. What's her name? Chick from. I forgot her name now. The one that fucking has the resting bitch face that looks like someone fucking shit in her salad. The one from Twilight.
Brie Larson?
The chick from Twilight.
Why can I not remember the fucking idiot's name now?
Yeah, Kirsten something.
Is it K?
Kirsten too. I
Is
can't
it
remember.
Some of the K, right? Kristen.
Or Kristen.
Oh my god, Kristen Stewart.
That's it.
Yeah, that's.
You guys haven't seen Underwater? You should watch that. That's a good movie.
I heard it is.
It is. It's great. Like 5 minutes of it's slow, and the rest of it just keeps going right from the beginning. Mm-hmm. It's a really good. I like it a lot. It harkens back to the old 80s and 90s, claustrophobic type movies. So that's cool, Levy. Playing video games and shit.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I think that's it for me.
How about some weird news, Levy?
Sure. All right. So this first one comes from a little local news. This is from WFMZ.com. Bucks County Pizza Shop has the internet talking over steamy ad misprint. So for Valentine's Day, a local pizza shop in Bucks County called Charo's Pizza released an ad promoting their business, for Valentine's Day. And the image itself, the image itself is standard ad. The ad image has a picture of like a dessert and like a cup of cappuccino. And the thing is, when they went and put the cup of cappuccino in there, they didn't realize that the froth that they had, I guess, shopped in there was a stock image. So I'm gonna go ahead and.
Oh, is this with the dude with the guy in it?
The dude with
that
the guy.
Yeah. The horse dick.
Yeah.
Is that real? I saw that, and I don't believe it.
No, it's a real ad.
Send it over. Are you about to send it over?
Yeah, I'm sending it over. Give me a second here. Okay.
I didn't know this was real. I saw it. I thought it was it was a goof.
Well, that's like I read it today on Twitter. That whole Ghost of Kiev.
Yeah,
that's like it was actually generated from a video game.
Yeah.
Jed, look at that.
What am I missing?
Look at the
cream. Look at the froth.
In the
like, zoom in on it.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Okay.
That's good old Barry Wood.
That's hilarious.
And his enormous penis.
Stop in for a sweet treat for your sweetie.
And this one blurred. Levy, they got the dick blurred out on that one, so in the real ad, it was probably like right out there for everybody.
Oh yes.
Was it in print or was it just in a online ad?
I think it was in print.
Oh my god! If that's in print, I need to get a hold of one, just like to have it. That's a piece of history, man.
Like the USA Today, Back to the Future newspaper cover.
Yeah, that one, and like the Eagles Super Bowl newspaper, and this.
There you go. Uncensored image coming right up.
So that's the one. That was the one. That, oh my god! How do you not want a copy of that? That's hysterical.
Wow. I wonder if
I
who
would leave
made
it
that.
sitting on the coffee table and just see who notices and who doesn't. You know what I mean?
That must have been
Just
some
have
some disgruntled graphic fucking designer, huh?
Bill Kincaid's had that same Chiaro's ad on the coffee table for like 2 years now.
Yeah, the guy said, let's see here. It says it was an honest mistake, says General Manager Alex Charo. Stock photo was used for a direct mailer that went out to about 20,000 people. So it was a direct mailer that they sent out to people. You know, like those things that you get in the mail on your doorstep.
And where is this place located?
In Bucks County.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to find out.
And he says,
Bucks County.
says, we proofed it, they proofed it, the printer proofed it. Soon calls started coming in from folks frothed up. One of the customers that we know texted us a zoomed-in picture of the frothy cappuccino. Until somebody sent us a zoomed-in picture, I didn't see him. The man in question is known as Barry Wood, a famous meme. He died about 5 years ago. The reaction online has been amused, with many adding Charles to the restaurants I need to try list.
Yeah, you know what? Like we were saying, what was the thing we were talking about last time with the girl from Final Fantasy showing up at that?
Oh,
you know,
Tifa.
this is, you know, they could try to say that this was an honest mistake all they want, but this got them more advertisement than even they could have imagined.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this, if it was an honest mistake, I would have loved to be a fly on the wall for when, like, the CEO or whatever was told about it.
Well, I think this is just a little mom and pop shop. I think this is just a...
Yeah, but that's a CEO move.
It's like that's one of two reactions. It's either like, you know, you see the picture and the comparison picture, you're like, oh, what the fuck? Or or it's like a Mr. Bernstein with the hands like, excellent, yes, plans.
Yeah. Straight panic.
Good.
It was an honest mistake.
Good.
But you know what? I would go there on the off chance if that was their you know, if that was good, if that was shrewd marketing and sense of humor, I'll go eat something. I'll go eat some pizza there.
We should see what Kyle thinks about this.
Yeah. That would have been funny if it would have been a Italian Delight ad, and it was like they got Brother Kyle to do the fucking ad. Maybe they would get him to like take pictures and shit. It's like, hey, throw this ad together.
Maybe Brother Kyle did do it. It was like just for like, you know, the opposition.
And it was an honest mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't let that get out on the show. That's like conflict of interest.
He tried to sabotage a competitor.
Yeah, right.
But it backfired because this is going to bring them mad new customers. I never heard of this place until now.
Well, that's like you were saying today about the Adobe tablet with the fucking runny eggs, breast eggs.
With the eggs, come on, man! Those were titties, man? Did you see them, Levy? I'll go back through this chat. We don't have to because it's going to take me a minute to find it. But there was an Adobe ad, and it was a legit Adobe ad, and it was obviously a pair of titties, obviously.
Mm-hmm. In an ad.
Yeah, but they were disguised. They were disguised as like a pan with a pair of eggs in it, and even the eggs had these little smiley faces that made it look like the nipple. Like, you know, how he's got the nipple and the little bumps around the nipple and shit, and that's exactly what it fucking looked like, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, dude, how does it, you know, like the that getting by on a restaurant ad is one thing, but when you're advertising fucking graphic software, right. You know what I mean? That's like some whole other level of like, how does that one not, you know, it either got by on purpose or here we go. I found it, Levy. Hang on. Did you get it, Levy?
Yeah.
Tell me I ain't a pair of titties.
I don't think so.
But what? Okay.
I don't know how that's not the first thing anybody sees. Is it because the one is more runny than the other one, and and you feel like they should both be exactly the same?
It just looks like weirdly drawn eggs.
It looks like weirdly drawn titties is what it looks like.
No.
Got them weird.
The one on the left
titties.
doesn't even look like a titty.
The first thing I thought, Mike, when you showed that to me, I didn't think of pan. I thut it was a mirror at first, and you were like looking
Or
at
like a magnifying glass. They're looking at a little tiny person and their titties, and they're using the magnifying glass to zoom in.
I thought it was a mirror, like looking back at the chick's breasts that was holding the mirror. You know.
You're right.
I don't see. That's not the first thing I would have thought of when I saw it.
Really?
They don't look anything like. They don't look like anything like titties, dude.
Levy, I will go on the internet right now and find a pair of titties that looks exactly like that.
Oh, dude, they don't look anything like titties, unless they're like the Toxic Avengers titties.
Levy, I've seen titties that look less like titties than eggs.
Dude, I think you're grasping.
Ooh. Levy's slapping down the artistic references there. He's going, "You're grasping that runny eggs there, Mike." Are those over easy or dippy?
Those are over easy. The right one's over easy, the left one's dippy. Anyway, what's next, Levy?
All right, the second story is an orangutan retrieves crying child's lost teddy bear, then rips it to shreds. Yeah, so at some zoo, I'm not sure where it was. Is it the Dublin Zoo in Ireland? A young child had dropped her teddy into the orangutan enclosure, and she was crying, and an orangutan got like a stick or something like that because it had fallen into like the water. So the orangutan grabbed a stick and held onto the tree and reached out and started pulling it to shore. And it grabbed it and it climbed up the tree and made like it was going to climb up over where the people were, like it was going to drop it. And then it began to rip the thing to shreds right in front of the child. So
that just demonstrates that there are definitely animals out there with a sense of humor.
I'm surprised.
Like, in whatever monkey language it is that they're speaking, and he said to his boy, like, "Yo, watch this."
I'm surprised he didn't like fuck it in front of him first, then rip it apart.
Yeah, that's also true.
Wanted the child to see.
This is what happens when you lose your toys.
Yeah.
So the next one, this is a story that's actually older, but it's been making the rounds lately, I guess, because I had seen this story a while back on the YouTube channel Chubby Emu. And it's a channel where the guy is a doctor, and he talks about weird medical cases. And in this one, a teen ate leftover rice and noodles, and hours later, doctors amputated his legs and fingers.
I heard about this.
Yeah, so a 19-year-old was admitted to the hospital after eating leftovers from a restaurant. He had multiple organ failure and later had both his legs and all of his fingers amputated.
Yeah.
He had eaten rice, chicken, and lo mein from a restaurant. Afterwards, he felt abdominal pain. His skin turned a shade of purple. He was admitted to a hospital for shock, multiple organ failure, and a rash, and his condition quickly declined. He experienced abnormal breathing, high blood pressure, and vomiting. The student had been healthy overall with regular drinking and smoking habits. After further testing, he was diagnosed with meningococcal purpura fulminans disease, which causes stiff neck, nausea, respiratory collapse, shock, and organ failure, according to the report. Purpura fulminans is a rare complication that comes with septic shock, which the college student experienced. So it's caused by bacteria and brings symptoms such as sudden fever and vomiting. And the CDC warns that it can lead to death in as little as a few hours. So over the course of his hospital stay, his condition worsened. He developed necrosis, which is the death of tissue and cells. At that point, doctors had to amputate his legs and fingers. And he also needed the pacemaker for 13 days to treat his cardiac dysfunction. So experts have warned against the dangers of improperly storing leftover rice because items such as rice and pasta contain a bacterium called Bacillus cereus. The bacteria produces a toxin when heated and left out for too long, according to the CDC. In 2008, a teenager died in his sleep after eating leftover pasta that wasn't refrigerated overnight. That was also featured on the Chubby Emu channel. I remember that. It was like 5-day-old pasta or some shit.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yep. So I had to chastise April this week because she was going to leave cream cheese out while she was at work, so it would be room temperature when she went to make cheesecake that night. And I'm like, for 9 fucking hours, do you want to kill us? So I put them back in the fridge.
She have them open?
No, they were just...
Oh, well, that's okay then. You leave them sealed like that in the container. Sure it is. You can...
Yeah, I don't think it is. No.
How else would you get cream cheese to room temperature?
No more than 2 hours. You don't leave it out for not for 9 hours. So I'm not eating no cream cheese that's been out for 9 hours. I don't care what it's sealed in.
I mean, the only reason why cream cheese would be bad would be bacteria getting to it, and if it's sealed, it's not gonna,
No, not for 9 hours.
I buy milk that's put in sterile boxes and stuff like that. They're not refrigerated, and they sit there for months, until I open it up. So,
hey, enjoy your sepsis.
It's not sepsis. I mean, it's whatever they call that, UHT or whatever. When they boil it to up above past 212 and it kills everything inside of it, and then they put it in
pasteurization.
Yeah, is it pasteurization? I thought it was like a 3-letter word, like a UE.
Pasteurization.
Anyway, that's all the stuff. That's all the milk I buy. And talk to Doors. That's all the European people, how they drink milk. They buy bags of milk in the store on the shelf. So
can't do it.
Lori eats leftover pasta that was like from sitting overnight all the time. I told her she's gonna get fucking botulism and die.
Oh yeah, she should not do that.
Mm-mm. She does it all the time. She'll leave a whole fucking meal there and then eat it the next morning.
That's been sitting on the counter?
Yeah, just sitting right there on the plate.
Dude, fucking read her that story and tell her, do you want to lose your fingers and legs?
I don't know. I showed her lots of stories about how people fucking die from bacterial and stuff like that, and nope, it keeps doing it. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Oh, fucking. But anyway, so that's it for my weird news.
I got a story that I read today that was kind of weird. The Chinese moon rover found perfectly spherical glass spheres on the moon surface.
Oh yeah.
And they're going to release a paper about it tomorrow, but I think the basic prediction is that when a meteorite hits the silica on the moon, it gets turned to glass and creates these perfectly round glass balls that just sit on the surface of the moon.
Yep. Do you know why they're round?
No gravity?
Well, it's because that's the shape that requires the least energy to maintain.
Yeah, like a soap bubble. The whole I forget what that physics is called. What's that called? The it's been too long. I can't remember what it's called. There's a whatever they call that theory rule of why soap bubbles are like the perfect shape, most normal natural shape in the universe.
Yeah,
that's why all these flat earthers are fucking. They have no idea what the hell they're talking about. So everything else in the universe is round at its like neutral state, Yep. Anyway,
the planet ex-wives.
And on that note, toy news.
Sorry. Yeah. So I got a couple pieces of toy news here. First one of which is a company I've never heard of, or maybe I have heard of. Mechanic Studio. Have they done anything before?
Not that I'm aware of.
Mechanic Studio. I feel like they did one other thing, but I can't remember. Mechanic Studio. So I pulled up Mechanic Studios, and a couple Legends actually pops up. Thunderbolt, which is a Blitzwing, a Swerve, a Sideswipe. Yeah, they did some Legends. It looks like they got ties to Mech Fans toys.
Oh, okay.
Who did some Legends, but I think they might have been like in the very beginning. We're kind of like a little like a KO company. So I feel like the first releases were just kind of like slightly oversized. I might be wrong on this. I wasn't really following too closely.
That rings a bell.
At the time. And that had what to do with what were we talking about? Oh, the Insecticon Hearts of Steel train. Did I send that link over?
Yes.
I think I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah, it's before all the other Spider-Man and Green Goblin pictures.
So,
did you ever read the Hearts of Steel story?
I did. Yeah, I did.
And was it any good?
Yeah, it was kind of cool. Like alt modes were all different. It was like this whole steampunk transformer thing or whatever. Like, man, that's like to do a toy line based on a 4-issue miniseries. It might have even been 3. Yeah. Maybe it was 4. Well, regardless, it was a miniseries.
It seems that all these ones that turn into trains, their alt modes are pretty limiting because they can really transform where there are train tracks. Characters that can transform into train tracks.
Well, Astro Train didn't have a problem.
The train? Yeah, Astro Train didn't have a problem. Astro Train just took the fuck off.
Yeah, how often did he really turn into a train, though?
I remember him turning into a train quite a bit.
I don't remember that.
Well, there's one.
I remember him being a shuttle a lot.
Let's say there was one very important scene where he transformed into a train in the movie. All the Decepticons loaded up and took off and turned into a shuttle.
Yeah, but like,
no, I will admit, I remember seeing him in
2 seconds.
He's in the opening credits as a train, isn't he? Or is he?
Yeah, but he's also on tracks there. He's on tracks. On track. Yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't in. I remember when he was. They were all fighting Omega Supreme, weren't they? And he was like, "Oh, I think the big guy needs some training," and turned into a train and rammed his foot or some shit. And he definitely wasn't on any tracks. Levy, Raiden flew.
Yes, he did.
Like he wasn't even like held down by the rules of physics. He just, tracks or no tracks, he was flying.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Were there any other train bots besides Astro Train and Raiden, I guess they pronounce his name?
I don't think so. There was a GoBot. I was going to say there was a GoBot, yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Loco wasn't his name.
Yeah.
Loco was Loco.
Yep.
I couldn't remember his name. I kept thinking Choo Choo.
His transformation was sitting down. That was it.
Yeah. He was it was like a yoga move. Like he just like put his head to his toes and shit.
To be fair, though, that's how a lot of the GoBot transformations were.
Imagine
laid down.
Imagine the GoBot comes out these days, like an old school GoBot, and you need to watch the MGO just transforming video to get through it.
That would be like 30 seconds long, if that.
Yeah, right. 30 seconds long, 20 seconds of it is, hey, click on these links for other videos on my channel.
Right.
You could transform a GoBot in 4 steps.
I used to transform a GoBot from time to time by mistake when one would fall off the table. It would fall out of alt mode into robot mode.
There was one that was really hard to wasn't it like a helicopter? That was it, not Copter, another one that was kind of like a Huey, or maybe that was a KO or something. But it was a little bit more intricate.
There were some that had more intricate transformations, like Jeepers Creepers. Or Jeeper Creeper, whatever his name was, his legs were kind of weird to transform. He had to do all sorts of like turning and rotation and shit.
Remember that big stupid combiner that they came out with, and it was basically just it wasn't Puzzler. It was the other one that was just like a suit. It was like a combiner suit.
Oh, and
it was the whole robot, and all you did was just plug a couple robots into like each limb, like they were getting into a roller coaster.
Yeah, because each limb was like an exosuit for the GoBots. Yeah, and then like the main body was like a spaceship that could transform slightly.
It just like you just like put it on its side.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't the top just like kind of fold open and you just kind of stood it up or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it was whack. Well, anyways, so Hearts of Steel, Insecticons.
So is that MP
All
scale?
right.
Nate should be pretty excited about those, right?
Well, Nate, I would imagine so.
He like
Yeah,
the, Hearts of Steel stuff.
yeah, he does. I could see him getting these because he has all the mother Insecticons. I was just gonna say, when we see like some oddball shit like this, we should have like a Blackout and Shout, like pre-order pool where we lay money down on, not money, but like imaginary money on. All right, who's gonna end up buying
Energon
this
cubes.
shit? Yeah. We'll put
lay down
Energon down.
goodies.
We'll have to come up with a method of scoring and shit. Well, we'll all start out with a certain amount of Energon cubes, and we'll put them into the pool. And like, if you get them on a pre-order, you get like a certain amount of Energon cubes more. And then if you get them like on a secondary market, like where it comes out and they're like, "Fuck, I really need that," you get a little bit less. And then we'll have to figure it out. But Nate would definitely be. I would put Nate in on a pre-order for these, and push 5 Energon cubes to the center of the table.
There you go.
Let's see. All right, let's move on to something else. So this is a company called Vectron Labs, and they are doing what looks like a Masterpiece Devastator.
Really?
Yeah.
Complete with like no line work whatsoever.
Well, I mean, these are really like preliminary renders, and I can't see them totally staying that like smooth. But if they do, that is stupid cartoon accurate, man.
Yeah. People will eat that up though.
Yeah, I think they will. I actually think it looks decent. Like, aside from the fact that there's no line work on there at all, like as far as proportions go, I think it looks pretty good. Mm-hmm. Like, he looks good individually, Scrapper, but there is a picture out there of the Devastator. You guys remember seeing that Devastator? He had like the Mixmaster's barrel halfway up his hip.
Yeah.
Or did you saw that?
Yeah.
I hate that, dude. I hate that. I hate it.
When the barrel splits at the knee.
It just looks so dumb. Like, it's cartoon accuracy gone horribly wrong, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. That Scrapper looks good, though. It really does. You guys are full of opinions tonight.
I think it looks like shit. That's beyond cartoon accurate. That's like,
you think
not into that style.
Well, I'm not holding it to line work yet, because it's a render. It's not.
Yeah.
Even, like, I don't know how much like, if it stays like that, I'll agree with you, but I don't know. I feel like it's going to have a little bit more on it by the time we finally see it in color, or an actual like physical prototype. But I saw a lot of people in the comment section that were really into it, man.
Yeah.
And regardless of whether or not it's good or not, it's like, Jesus, dude, are we doing another Devastator?
Well, it's been a while.
People still need one to that's super slavish to the cartoon design, I guess.
Yeah, I still like the Toy World one.
The general masterpiece aesthetic, or the modern masterpiece aesthetic.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been what, 5-6 years since Toy World came out with theirs.
Something like that, maybe.
Yeah, but who the hell came out? There was some after that, though. Wasn't there? I mean, I know it wasn't MP, but didn't Generation Toy come out after that? No, that came out before it.
Or about the same time, I thought.
There was, and then there was like the Hasbro one, the Combiner Wars one that was kind of that scale almost. Yeah, it's been a while.
But no one would ever accuse that of being masterpiece.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's been a pretty good amount of years.
There was
I'm not
Jim Bao did that
about the Devastator as much as I'm surprised that it's like a new company that we've never heard of.
Jim Bao did that oversized Devastator based off of Generation Toy, right?
Yeah, that shit was trash. And it wasn't really that much oversized. I'm not even sure if it was oversized. That might have been 1-to-1.
Was it? Oh, I thought it was oversized.
Or no, I'm thinking NBK. NBK did the 1-1.
I'd say Jim Bao usually does the oversized stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like they did the other generation toy stuff oversized too. Like the Combaticons and the other set. What was the name of that? I can't remember the name of that set.
Which one?
The generation toy. They did the Combaticons and they did the what was the name of their but it was no it was Warbitron, but they had like the what combiner sets
Transform Mission?
No. What was the other what generation toy combiners did they do? There was the Combaticons, and then there was
Protectobots.
There was Protectobots, and then Constructicons. Just those three.
Not the Constructicons. That was right. Yeah, Constructicons. No.
The Computron.
Computron. Didn't they do those? I think Jim Bao did those oversized too, right?
Yeah, they did. Yep. But Jim Bao did the Seekers, or at least the Coneheads. They might have did all the Seekers.
Oh, the KO.
They were 1-to-1 scale. Those were 1-to-1 scale. But yeah, the Bruticus was definitely oversized. Anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. It's been a few years, but it's coming from an interesting place, and I would have a hard time believing that this is a company's going to come out and swinging for the fences on a combiner like for their first figure, you know?
Right.
You wonder what they did before. All right, enough of that shit. I gotta go to bed soon. I got a couple more. Let's see. This one, there's some new G.I. Joe Classified coming out. And Jed, I need help identifying somebody. Let me know when you click on that link. Or Levy, if you know your Joes.
Bazooka.
This might take a while.
There you go.
That Wild Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. He doesn't have a Dragonfly, though, does he?
Not that I aware, but maybe.
No. Well, no, Dragonfly's his helicopter.
Well, yeah, I know, but I don't know if he's gonna. I doubt it.
No,
Pretty fucking big.
It's a Cobra gunship. That's gonna be like a hazmat if they don't make it.
Yeah. All right, so I got it open.
All right, so that's Dusty, the first one, right?
Yeah. Zartana.
We got Dusty. Then we got Zarana.
Zarana. That's whatever the fuck her name is.
And then Crimson.
Viper?
You call it the Crimson Vipers or whatever.
Crimson
right?
Guard, right?
Yeah. Dr. Mindbender. And then who the hell is this dude after Dr. Mindbender? The one that looks like the dude from Supernatural.
Jensen Ackles.
Any clue?
Some type of
one that looks like a ninja.
I was gonna say some type of martial arts cobra, right?
He looks like he got the Arachiga clan thing on his forearm. You see it on the right, on his right forearm, whatever the name of that ninja clan is.
I don't know who that is.
And then Bazooka, and then who is the Road Crew Viper? Who is that? What is
that one I don't know either. Yeah, I don't know.
That's the Pen Dot Viper.
Plate with reflective vest.
He comes with a slow and stop sign, so you can turn it.
And then Wild Bill after that. So the only one I didn't know what the hell I was looking at, really. Actually, no, the Pen Dot Viper. I've never seen that, and I don't know what that is. And then Ninja.
Yeah, I don't know those guys.
I wonder who.
That's the Cobra Contractor.
The Cobra Contractor.
He's the one that hired the Viper to fight the Windows.
They need to do a Viper, dude. That would be badass. I saw a custom. Somebody did a custom and it was awesome, but I want to see like a legit. I want to see a figure. That one thing from that one episode, right?
They should, if they're going to do Megatron, his tank, they should dabble into the whole fucking, oh my God, I'm tired. I can't remember the character's name. Fucking Cobra Commander with the hat and the trench coat.
Oh, Old Snake.
Old Snake. They should do Old Snake.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be into an Old Snake figure for sure. For sure, man.
Actually,
where they might.
I just thought of something.
What's that?
I'll have to try it out before I can. I will not reveal my thought until I check it out. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, next. And then we got the Baroness. Did you guys see the Baroness in the Megatron tank?
Yeah.
All right, then I don't need to see.
I think that's cool. I think that's cool, actually.
I do think it's cool too, man. I actually kind of dig it a little bit.
I would like to see more G.I. Joe Transformers crossover figures like this.
I think that would be the only thing holding me back. Like if I collected that kind of shit, I think that would be the only thing that would be holding me back from buying that. Is like, am I going to be able to collect a series of these guys, or is this going to be just like these weird one-offs here and there? You know, I feel like a line would be good.
They're redoing the 90s X-Men cartoon, right?
Yeah.
Bringing that back. It'd be cool if they brought back fucking the 80s Transformers and 80s G.I. Joe and did like a little series on that. Old school animation, that type of time frame.
So I just looked up, this character is called Kamakura.
Kama Sutra?
No, Kamakura. And his first appearance, it says, was in 1984, but in 2003 as Kamakura. So they probably retconned some old character. Yeah, okay. So it was something from this millennia, not the last one.
Oh.
See, that might be where I got to draw the line on a character like that. Like, if I don't know who the hell it is, I probably don't have to buy it, right?
That's up to you. That's your prerogative. Or you could be a completist and you're looking at those boxes and that number's missing in the row. And you're like, God damn it.
No,
I need number 25.
That honestly wouldn't bother me as much as like not having it because of some numerical thing, as much as he's kind of a cool looking character. I'm a sucker for ninjas. All right, let's moving right along. So Mafex revealed their next two characters, and one of them was 90 Storm Levy. I don't remember what the other one was because I didn't give a shit about the toy itself.
Iron Man from Endgame or Infinity War.
Okay, so it was yeah. But dude, 90 Storm, man.
It looks good. Looks real good.
Jed, did you see it, or you gave me some pictures?
No, I saw him. Yeah, I saw both of them on Ami the other day.
Yeah. No, the Storm looks really, really good.
Yeah, hell yeah, it does, man. It's exciting. I hope they keep going. I say that every time, and I'm sure they will. They've been sprinkling them in pretty good. Anybody else got any?
I want to see what their next figure in the Reign of the Supermen line is going to be. So
yeah,
I'm hoping it's going to be Superboy. Fingers crossed. But I'll be happy with Eradicator or Steel. So.
Oh yeah.
Today I was able to put a pre-order in for the Marvel Legends retro symbiote Spider-Man figure, the one that's been like sold out everywhere. And people have been going crazy for it, trying to find it at Target and shit.
Wait, what was that Target?
The retro symbiote Spider-Man, the black suit Spider-Man, using the new
okay.
Spider-Man body.
Yeah.
It's sold. It's been sold out everywhere for forever, and people have been, desperately trying to hunt for it at their local Targets, because I'm thinking like at retail stores it might be a Target exclusive. I don't know, but I actually just for some reason today I saw a post on Facebook that made me think to go look at BBTS, and sure enough, at BBTS they had pre-orders available for it. So I was like, okay, so I put one in, and then maybe 2 minutes later, the pre-orders were sold out again. So I lucked out.
I was gonna say I remember seeing that up for pre-order on BBTS when I got what was the other shit that came out in that line? Was it was Hobgoblin in that one? No, that was, I forget what the hell else what they advertised with that.
Yeah.
What was retro back then? Yeah, was that Hobgoblin? Yeah.
I don't remember what else was in that way.
I think they showed that. Yeah, it was and was the other one was it Mysterio? I think a different take on the Mysterio, more retro.
No, I don't think Mysterio was in that wave. I think the retro Mysterio was a separate release apart from a wave.
Oh, okay.
Look it up real quick.
Maybe it was a Ben Reilly or something like that. Or Spider-Man 2099.
Spider-Man 2099.
That's it.
Yeah, I think 2099 was in that wave.
Yeah. You got that. I was just looking at that upstairs the other day.
Yeah. Oh, here's some the entire wave. Okay, so it's actually no. I'm sorry. It looks like 2099 is not in that wave. That was a separate release also, but they have the Armored Spider-Man, Ben Reilly Spider-Man.
That's it.
Yeah, Hobgoblin, Hammerhead, and Shocker.
Shocker. That's the other one I was thinking of. He's a different color, more retro. That's than the one they released a couple of years ago. No panel. I like the old one better. It's got a lot more detail to it. Yeah.
But I think these are more styled to the cartoon, so they're more simplistic.
All right, you guys want to move on, or you got anything else?
I don't think I have anything really in toy news. The only thing I had was the Mafex Storm. I think.
Nope, I'm good.
The only thing I've been tempted to hit the pre-order button for, other than that Black Suit Spider-Man. I really do like that Storm. That Storm looks really great.
Yeah, she's great looking, man.
Mafex is killing it with those X-Men.
And I like that they're doing one that I haven't bought yet. So I don't even. It's not even like I have like a placeholder.
Mm-hmm.
I just have no Storm at all.
Yeah.
So that's good.
It's funny too. No disrespect to Marvel Legends collectors, but it's funny how some of them will just cling so hard to their Marvel Legends that they'll just talk shit on an objectively superior figure. And it's not all of them. Some of them do, and it's just I just have to laugh when I see it.
Yeah.
They're just like talking shit on like somebody posted about the Mafex Storm in a Marvel Legends group I'm in, and someone just started talking shit on it, and
saying that the Marvel Legend looked
Marvel
better?
Legends was better, yeah. No, they were saying they were comparing it to the new retro animated one that they're coming out with, which is basically a repaint of the old figure with a new head sculpt and animated series paint scheme,
right?
And they were saying that one's better, and that they're going to spend. They'd rather spend their money on that one. And I'm like, well, that's probably just because you can't afford the Mafex.
Well, how much is
the pores strikes again, Levy?
How much is the Mafex? 80.
I think it was 75 before shipping from Ami.
Yeah, see,
at least that's what it translated to.
Here's the thing with not like, and I ain't even making fun of anybody that like wouldn't necessarily be able to afford it, like because They got other shit going on. Like, and maybe I'm a bad example, and maybe you're a bad example because neither one of us have kids and stuff like that. But like, and I'm not trying to like say how much money I made in the past, but like I always had shit jobs, and basically like always had money to buy MPs and shit like that, you know. And it was probably because I didn't have any fucking kids, but
that's an old wives' tale.
You either that don't either.
That's an old wives' tale, by the way. Kids don't cost a lot of money at all. They're not expensive at all. Wives are the ones that cost money. Those are the ones that are expensive.
Yeah, there's that.
Comparing the two.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If I had, they might not. You might say that kids don't cost a lot, but if I had one, I wouldn't be able to buy all this shit because that's that little bit extra. You know,
it's like comes out to be about $200 a month to have a kid.
Yeah.
It's about
and that's I'm at this rate right now. Like I get one robot, maybe two, in the stash every month. So it's about that would be the difference right there.
Yeah, I won't ever shit on anybody's inability to pay for more expensive figures. I won't, but what I do look down on is I look down. Not that they can't afford it, but that they don't want to spend the money, that kind of money, on a 6-inch figure. I won't shit on anyone.
Well, it's just being able to admit that something you got that'd be like me taking my fucking camera up to Nate's and talking shit on all his cameras.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He's obviously got better cameras than I got, and I know that, you know what I mean? But this is the money that I have. I have money for this camera.
That's what I'm getting at.
I look at it like, so you have a Hasbro Legend. So, because I'm opposite you guys, I'm the other team, right? So I don't, like Levy just said, I can afford to buy that, but I don't want to because I don't want to pay $80 for a 6-inch figure. But, the Marvel Legend for $20 checks that box for me. And I don't need to have the Lamborghini of 6-inch figures for Storm, And is it going to be 4 times better than the Marvel Legend? Or is it going to be, 2 times better? So, I mean, yeah, it's Mafex and it's quality and it's very articulated and stuff like that. But is it worth 4 times more than what the Marvel Legend is worth? Depends on who's buying it. But for me...
That's subjective. But you still recognize that the Mafex is a superior figure.
Maybe not 4 times as superior.
Well, that's irrelevant. I'm just saying...
It's not irrelevant because that's the price point.
I'm not saying by how much.
No,
I'm not saying by how much. I'm saying that it is a superior... Objectively, if it's made from better materials...
If you told me it was a $40 figure...
better sculpt.
If you told me it was
that's the point I'm making.
If you told me it was a $40 figure, I would be like, yeah, okay, it's better. It's definitely a better quality figure, and I would pay $40 for it. But I'm not going to pay $80. It's not that much better.
Yeah, but that's not what Levy's saying. Levy's saying people will get the Marvel Legend.
Will shit on the Mafex
because they can't get the Mafex. They're like, the Marvel Legend is better.
I'm sorry. Say that the Marvel Legends is better because that's what they can afford.
So I'm being logical, and I'm having a discussion with you, and I'm saying, is it 4 times? Price point is 4 times more, right? Is the quality of the figure 4 times better than the Marvel Legend? And I'm going to say no. So,
that's fine.
From a logical,
I don't disagree with you.
Listen. From a logical ratio, mathematical standpoint, the Marvel Legend is better because for the price and the quality that I get versus the price and the quality that you get with the Mafex, you paying more for price versus quality. So it is in that.
I think that's subjective.
No, that's not subjective. That's price point and quality. If you would rate it, it would be that much better,
You can't say that it's better. That makes it better than the Mafex.
I think that the Mafex does warrant that price.
So like by that ratio, you can say like I give you a real shitty one for like $2, but since you only got it for $2, then it's better than the Mafex because it's better value.
No, that's a bad example. Say $10. Like, so if something's half the quality of a Marvel Legend, right? is it
but
on par?
it's half the quality and 4 times the amount and 3 times the amount. Like that's really that's kind of hard to quantify. Like,
That's not hard to quantify at all.
It's like when somebody,
it's like saying,
it is hard to quantify.
No,
it's like
not.
when you sprain your ankle and you say, yeah, I'm about 75%. Well, what the fuck is 75%? You know what I mean?
No, I mean you're paying.
really.
You have a price point. That's a solid number, and then you have a quality standpoint, and you look at it. You're like, is this
it's the
twice as
quality
better?
Standpoint.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How do you say something is twice as better?
Well, you look at everything that
twice as better?
you look at everything that goes with the figure. You have your paint, you have your articulation, you have any type of accessories that come with it. You have all those.
You have a score sheet, is what you're telling me. All these things are worth like certain amount of points. On
how else would you judge How else do you judge a quality of a figure?
But people value place different values on those things. That's what I mean by it's subjective. Not everybody values.
No, it's not. It's not subjective. That's why you have toy reviewers. It's like they say they're not being subjective; they're being objective because they're saying, "Is it the articulation just as good as this one?" Well, yeah. Is the joints better? Well, not that. Actually, this one's better. Is it that much better? Whereas, it's like, or is the paint just the same? Or is it, you're being objective. Just like you're comparing two different third-party transformers.
There are objective comparisons, but there are also subjective comparisons too.
And I'm being objective, and I'm telling you that
even the objective reviews are ones like where and I'll use Bobby as an example when he does these versus videos. It's like he'll come out with like a final score of say 6 to 5. Right. He's going by the book, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the one that got the 6 is the better figure because maybe certain things weighed more heavily. Maybe articulation and aesthetics, mean more to one person, and maybe the transformation, the ease of transformation, and the engineering is more important to this other person, and how cartoon accurate or whatever means more to this.
Well,
other
that's
person.
all subjective.
But it's all part of like this grand equation that doesn't have quantifiable numbers in it, I don't think.
But the quality of each one of those different categories is objective. Subjective is if you care more about one of those categories than the other.
Yeah, but even in I get it. I get like your point. I get that it's objective, like is one better than the other, but by saying that this one's 50% better or 30% better, or what do all those numbers mean, and where do they come from?
Well,
I see a figure and I go, hey, it's a little better, or it's a lot better, but I don't know how much money that converts to, or what percentage that converts to. It's like, that one's a little better, it blows it out of the water, or it's like, I don't know.
You can say it's 50% better, but I might feel that it's 4 times as better.
That's feeling. That's subjective. That's not being objective.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your
I'm not
quantification is what I'm saying is subjective.
No, it's not. It's your.
Yeah, it is. Because
how is it?
Because yours is different than mine. That's
subjective.
Really subjective.
No, I'm saying that the quality of something that you're looking at and you compare it with the other thing, that's being objective. You're not being subjective and saying, well, I like this one better because it looks better. I'm saying that, well, the paint on this is worth $20. The paint on this is not worth $80. It's worth $40. So
again, I may not think it's worth $40. I may think it's worth $80.
But that's subjective, not objective.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's not what I'm being.
Your percentages
are and what my percentages are.
All right, let's
can be completely different.
Let's be like very basic about it, right? Let's say a joint on a figure is made from plastic, and it's like okay, right? And you're like, okay, that's this type of quality figure. This is the type of joint I would expect in it, right? But then you pay 4 times as much, and let's say the joint in it is the same. It's not a different joint. Let's say it's not better. Let's say it's not made from metal, or the pin is different. That's objective, right? No, I'm saying that's objective.
Yeah,
you can say if it's the same joint, or it's a ball joint or a butterfly joint,
exactly the same. You're saying it's exactly the same, so that is quantifiable.
No, I'm not saying exactly.
1 equals 1. You just said it's the same joint.
Let's like I'm thinking like how we compare third-party transformers. Right? You say you have one company that made a Springer and another company that made a Springer, right? But they're real close.
Right.
maybe not a Springer because that's a third through triple change. But anyway, like the Perceptor. There you go. Like a Fans Toys Perceptor, X-Transbot Perceptor, right? They're both good. You actually own all three of them, so you're the perfect example to answer these questions, right? You know, are the joints exactly the same on those?
Are they exactly the same? I feel like the Fans Toys one feels a little better.
Okay, so probably better quality joints for that figure, right? You know, the paint.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. I think it, but it's not just the joints. It's kind of like it stays together a little better. Like there's
tolerance
parts, tolerances and stuff like that with the legs, and like there's different things about it that I like better.
And like the paint, you know, the paint's good on both of them, or is like one better than the other?
I feel like the paint, objectively, the paint's really good on both of them.
Okay.
I like the paint job on the Fans Toys one a little better, but the paint it's just a choice of colors.
So you can go down the list of all this stuff, like, you know, and then you can say, well, it comes with accessories or not. Is the Fan Toys one justifiably, objectively worth twice as much as the price point? Because I'm not really sure what the price was on both of those, but I think that's what it was, right?
It wasn't. It was the X Transbots was $140, and the Fans Toys one I think was $220.
Okay, so almost.
But I wanted the better figure, but like.
But is it worth?
If you look at it,
so let's say wait.
It's not quantifiable.
But my point is it worth twice? Is it twice as better because you're paying almost twice as much, or is it just?
Not really. You're paying $80 more,
right? And is it worth that $80? Is it $80 objectively better than the other one? The answer is probably no.
I feel like I got the better figure.
Right. It is a better one. Right,
like,
but.
For me to quantify, you know, how much more, like what's the exact number? It's like it's so mathematical that it doesn't make sense to me.
Well,
like that's like if you're being super mathematical, like think about this, man. And I'll put this in baseball terms. Ted Williams had a 400 batting average, like a 406 batting average one year when he led that was like the highest single season batting average of all time.
Okay.
Another guy by the name of I can't remember his first name, but his last name is Mendoza. They named the Mendoza line after this dude because he had a 200 batting average.
Okay.
So that would tell me that Ted Williams is twice the ball player that Mendoza was.
Based on that number.
Because he batted 400 based on that number.
Right.
And that couldn't be further from the truth. That's one of the greatest hitters of all time versus one of the worst hitters of all time. But if you look at him in the numbers, strictly mathematical number type of sense, Ted Williams is only twice the ball player that this Mendoza dude was. You know what I mean? Like, and I just don't think that you can.
What about just
put like?
Isn't that number just on their batting average? So is it basically just their hitting ability? Is it basic?
Well, it's their hitting ability, yeah.
Instead of overall round ball player, right? So
say what about them being overall? What about it?
You were saying
you're talking like defense, base running.
Well, you were using those numbers like the 400 and the 200, right?
Yeah,
that's just their batting,
right?
But you were judging them on their overall. You said as a better ball player.
Yeah, trust me. I know what you're trying to do, and trust me, you're picking the guy no matter what he's doing out in the field. If he's batting 400 and the other guy's batting 200, he's
okay. Well, let's say you have
100 times the base.
Let's say you have fucking Freddie Smith and Thomas Jefferson over here, right? And they're exactly the same ball players, right? But the one guy's stat, let's say, in basing all numbers, you know, all the way around, like, you know, for like whatever errors, all that other baseball fucking numbers that I don't know. But if the one has twice as much batting, you know, fucking like a 400 versus a 200, and let's say fucking the guy that's batting the 200 is getting paid $2 million, and the guy that's batting the 400 gets paid $10 million. Is that right? Or should
the
you get
paid?
paid?
Batting 200 is getting paid too.
Yeah, 8 times.
Just like I don't know. I'm just going by. I'm just.
So you see, that's my example with your example. So should he get paid fucking $8 million versus the guy that gets paid $2 million, or should he be getting paid $4 million?
It all depends on what era they're playing in.
Well, I'm that's too many variables. I'm just trying to bring it down to the basics. So, because I'm saying is that if you have a quality figure that's worth $20 and you're getting this much as a $20 figure,
this can go on forever. I get what you're saying, and I don't agree with it. That's
okay.
It's fine. Like, but you know what I mean, you don't agree with us.
But I'm just saying the Perceptor is a good example. You're paying almost twice as much, but you're not getting twice as much quality.
You're paying $80 more.
What is that equal to?
Like a third more. A little bit more than a third more.
Are you getting a third more quality figure?
Dude, listen, man, I can say that that's fucking unquantifiable until tomorrow morning when I gotta be at wherever I'm at in the morning, and it's not gonna matter. It's not quantifiable. You can't put a percentage.
I disagree
on
because they're
how much better something is. Because listen, you're mathematical, and I'm more of a feel guy, and you're more of a math guy,
right?
And that's how our brains work, and there's nothing wrong with either one of those. Is that you're a math guy and I'm a feel guy. Like that's.
And I'm not saying
really put that shit into numbers.
I'm not saying the Mafex figure isn't a better figure. It is. I'm just saying that based on what you pay for it, you're getting your money's worth more if you buy a Legend, and it's not as much more better than the other Mafex one.
Yeah, it's subject. I feel like that's subjective.
Part of it is, yeah, but the other part is quality.
What are you using your figure for? If you're just putting your figure on a shelf, right? Which a lot of us do sometimes,
right? Posable statue,
and you're not taking pics of it, and you're not. Well, then articulation really isn't gonna weigh as heavily because you just need it to like look good while it's standing on a shelf,
right?
And even though the Mafex ones might look a hair better, looks wise at least, they're gonna look, fairly similar and shit like that. It's like Mafex is gaining more of these points with you're getting so many more accessories, sets of hands, right, and different faces, and it's more articulated and all this kind of shit, and all that stuff piles up. But some of that shit might not mean anything to one guy versus another.
But you're still getting it though as a part of the product. Like
you're still getting it, but if that's not what you're interested in, then you're not going to pay for it.
There's like
so you don't see any.
I can't remember if it's Figma or Bandai. They do this. It's called Pop-Up Parade. Basically, it's a 6-7 inch figure that's like a little mini statue, but it's painted really nice and it's posed really nice and it doesn't move at all or anything like that. And you pay like $20 for it or $30, and then they do a figure that's articulated that comes with accessories and everything else, and it's like $80. So you can see like those two price differences. That makes sense because one moves and comes with accessories and the other one doesn't. That's what I'm kind of saying. But like if you have two things that are kind of similar, but one's just a little bit better than the other, that doesn't make sense to be that much more money for it. That's what that's how I'm looking at it.
Everybody's definition of a little better is a little different.
Sure.
Let's move on, man.
Okay.
I'm getting tired. We gotta go to bed soon.
Yeah.
But
we didn't even get the Q&A yet.
I think we lost Levy.
Did we?
Did we lose Levy?
I'm here.
Levy's in there with both of us now.
Yeah.
Levy, do you want to read off some of the questions so we can get out of here?
Do we have any?
Oh, there's a lot.
We have some on the main post.
I know there's a lot. Trust me. At least 4.
I have my answers ready to go for all of these because I looked them up earlier because I started getting smart to that shit because there was too many times questions were being asked and I'm like, oh no,
prep work.
I have to think about that for a minute. Yeah,
you're like Batman or sorry, Moon Knight prepping.
Moon Knight.
All right, Jared Bell. Jared Bell asks, if you're a comic book character who is basically known to the masses that gets a streaming series that brings you to light and people still have no clue who you are you still an inferior character?
Listen, see, here's the thing with Moon Knight. See, Moon Knight's like a really good underground band, you know? You don't need fucking Zizio to play our song every day, 3 times a day for us to be popular. We're just out there and we're playing and we got fans. And that's what Moon Knight... Moon Knight doesn't need all the, billboards everywhere. Oh, Bruce Wayne. Oh, he's so cool, Moon Knight just sneaks around in his shiny white outfit in the dark. He gets away with kicking people's asses when they got to get their asses kicked.
In his mooncopter.
In his mooncopter. I can't believe it was the mooncopter.
That's
Tell me it's not the mooncopter. It's the mooncopter. Next question.
This one's from Lorianne Vargo. She says, do you guys wear any apparel besides T-shirts with Transformers on it? Yes.
Yes. I would say most of my T-shirts are T-shirts.
Which Transformer do you relate to the best?
This would have changed depending on what era of my life you ask me, but I would say that I'm in the Sideswipe era of my lifetime.
I don't know as I relate to any of them, but I just think they're cool.
We should have picked for each other. That would have been actually a really interesting one. Seriously. Because I don't know what my answers would have been, but I know they would have been funny or interesting, at least anyway, or well thought out.
I will say...
But that's not how it went.
No, I'd say Perceptor?
Yeah, I can see that.
Sunstreaker? Next question.
Next question.
This is also from Lori. Would you ever do a Transformers voice in the drive-thru? If so, which one?
My answer is Omega Supreme because I want to order like he talks, you know what I mean? Pickles, negative, you know? The whole fucking order.
Cheeseburger.
Stone face,
Eminent.
Omega Supreme voice. Eminent.
Soda. Diet. She said there was some article she couldn't
Gas inevitable.
There was some.
I would order shrapnel.
You would get two of everything.
Excuse me, sir. Would you like 2 Big Macs? Big Mac. She said there was some article somewhere about some guy who drove through the McDonald's drive-thru and he did a Megatron impersonation or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was in the news. What was my question then, Levy, after all these?
How much alcohol should you let your wife drink in one night?
The answer is not that much, where she posed 3 questions on your podcast fucking page.
I'll tell you what, I should be like, not very much because I should have PTSD from being like married to an alcoholic for a while, but but then to switch it up, I'm with somebody that like never drinks, like Vanessa never drinks. She'll have like 1 drink when she comes out to see the band. So when she gets fucking shit-faced, I'm 110% for it. It's entertaining, and I usually get treated like a piece of meat pretty good those nights. So the answer, how was that question posed? How much? All, or as much as as much as she needs. Levy, what about you?
Jared Bell says
how much alcohol was you? No, wait a second. We're glossing over April here. I don't know how. Does April ever have a drink?
Yeah, she drinks wine.
Does she?
Mm-hmm.
Did she ever get shit-faced?
No. Nope.
I have a hard time picturing that. Even if you told me that she did, I'd have a hard time picturing
He
it.
gets buzzed, but that's about it.
I can see April getting drunk.
I bet you giggly, right? She's probably giggly.
I can see her getting drunk and then just like baking till like 5 a.m.
Baking, like actually.
Yeah, not get stoned. No, baking like cookies and shit.
Like cookies.
Yeah.
No, but I'd see her doing that if she got stoned or something like that. But no, she gets ditzy when she gets tipsy. So, but
next question.
Jared Bell says, depends on what kind of night you want to have. 2 glasses of wine and my wife is done. So, Josh Lawrence says, how does one cope with the fact that if we keep arguing about who is better, Batman or Moon Knight, that it will lead to friends arguing, getting mad at each other, and they will stop talking and everyone else has to pick sides, and I'm a child of divorce and I can't go through that again. Also, what newspaper comic strip character would you give an updated R-rating reboot? I'll give you an example. I read a short story about Charlie Brown growing up and fighting Nazis during World War II, and Linus was a spy for the Germans.
Calvin and Hobbes. I see Calvin and Hobbes in like where Hobbes is like more of like an anthropomorphic. Is that what they say when they're like human?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like anthropomorphic tiger, and Calvin, his trusty human, partner or whatever.
Fighting in the apocalypse.
Like I like the apocalypse. Yeah, let's do that. Calvin and Hobbes in the Calvin and Hobbes in the Apocalypse.
What was the name of the fucking Viking? Was it Horus or whatever?
Hagar the Horrible.
Hagar. Have him be
Hagar
like
the Horrible,
have him be like a real Viking, fucking just murdering people in the towns and shit, raping women.
Have him giving somebody the blood eagle.
Yeah, plundering fucking English towns.
Yeah. All the beard guys that listen to this show, Jed, just went, "Aye."
How about you, Levy?
The Far Side.
Oh, the Far Side would be twisted.
R-rated Far Side. Jared Bell says Marmaduke in the Apocalypse.
They did that. Didn't DC do like a post-apocalyptic Scooby-Doo comic?
I don't know.
Pretty sure they did.
I wouldn't doubt that. Any more, Levy?
This one comes from Jonathan Oxton. He says, I'm not sure if you all want to share this, or maybe you have in the past and I missed it, but what do you all do for a living? What's your 9 to 5, so to speak?
My 9 to 5 job is that I'm a graphic designer and print specialist, and I work for a dude that used to own a strip club. True story.
I do cloud architecture. I work for the CIA, and then I do porn.
Not a true story.
Not a true story. The first part was right. Cloud architect.
Well, I was going to say I'm an underwear model, but Jed already told all the jokes.
I didn't say all the jokes.
It's decidedly less funny when someone already
Jeez, lady, I'm sorry. I didn't mean you to get all mad at me and like dislike me because I didn't agree with your price point for your Mayfix figure.
What are you talking about?
Let's not get started. After the world, man.
What are you talking about?
You getting mad at
Don't
me.
get him started.
I'm using up all
Levy,
the jokes. See,
Levy,
Josh is right. Parents fight, and then there's going to be a divorce. I love you, Levy. Do you want to tell everybody what you do, or no?
No, I work in a refrigerator warehouse in the inventory department.
I mean, I could say I work on the internet, but it's not like what I do. Are you like the supervisor in inventory, or like no? Okay.
Nope, I'm just an inventory tech.
Because honestly, Mike, I don't really know exactly what Levy does either, except that he just works there. Like I can figure out like Mike draws pictures and shit and gets stuff printed out by customers that aren't very smart at all.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I wasn't really sure what you did, Levy, like during the day.
Yeah, I work in the inventory department at Lineage Logistics. So.
Okay.
But
I used to work inventory at Regis. You ever hear that company? RGIS?
Yeah.
We used to go to store to store and like had the inventory counter thing on your hip. You'd be like,
yeah, no, that's it. There's no more questions. So
cool.
It's time to shut it down. Unless anybody has anything in closing. I have one thing in closing. I realize that it is February 26th and we are way past Christmas, and y'all probably forgot about it, but I promise you that your Christmas present is still coming. So the thing I got you guys, I'm trying to do this as spoiler free as possible, is something custom. But I don't want to give away who the custom is coming from, because that'll give it away too much of what the actual gift is. But this particular person has been really super fucking swamped, and it's just taking a little bit longer to get it done than originally he thought. So it's still coming. And you might get it next month, or you may get it the month after that. So it's not going to be anywhere near Christmas, but just remember, when I give it to you, it's your Christmas present.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a good one because I've seen previews of it so far, and it's going to be a good one.
Awesome.
Anybody else?
I love you guys.
I love you too, Jed. I love you about I love Levy about 35% more than I love you.
Well, Levy is better quality than I am. He has better joints than I do.
I've paid $60 more for my friendship with Levy, but I only enjoy it 35% more.
He comes with more accessories. Levy, do you have anything?
Levy?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Good, man. Tired.
Yeah.
Me too.
All right, boys. Well, that means it's enough's enough. We're out.